Her name is Rio, and she shits inside the sand, and then she spins around and buries it like a cat. Hey everyone, it's the BYB podcast with special guest Dillon from under there, over there, wherever, whenever.
Damn it, Mr. A. It's Dillon from elsewhere. I mean, someplace or around. Wait, no. It's Dillon from somewhere. Anyways, welcome, Dillon. Glad to have you on the show, buddy. Yeah, you can find Dillon on YouTube at Dillon from somewhere. Is there anything else the folks out there in YouTube land should know about you? Any projects, anything you got coming up?
Thank you for having me, guys. Coming right out the bat with a little scratchy throat. Sorry about that, folks. I've been doing co-host auditions for about 3 months now, and I got the concept idea from actually being in the chat room with Casey Armstrong and that wretched show of like, Casey, please, you need a co-host. Hold co-host auditions. It doesn't need to be me. Didn't take me up on the offer, but Annie the Review Girl did. I am her co-host on a gaming show, What Is This Game, every other Wednesday. So that's been a fun little show.
What is that game?
Awesome, man. Yeah, welcome to the podcast. I seen a few of your clips. Very interesting stuff. You've had some really talented people on your show, except for me. I haven't been on there yet. What the fuck is going on? I don't know if I like your show that much till I'm on there. It's not a proven, well-designed, thought-out show, of course.
The co-host audition is actually a kind of a gag. It's always done with video clips. It's my self-taped audition to be the co-host for someone else of an established show, preferably someone who is monetized. Annie isn't monetized, but I took her up on the offer because I'm ready to talk to an actual person, not just clips, as I've been doing for a few months. And I have added a new show, Chatting with Beloved Chatters, where I am having guests on rather than just talking to scripts and just proving those people right who said I have schizophrenia. I swear I'm just playing a gag. It's not for realsies.
No, I love the gimmick. It's really good, man. I enjoyed watching that shit. You've had John Lovitz. I mean, all these famous people, right? On your show?
John Lovett's last episode was 9 years ago, so I don't think he's even in the market. But once I found out he did a solo podcast, I was like, let me check this out. Yeah, this is of my format. Casey Armstrong twice. He's getting better. Very little by little, he is getting better. Donkey Lips a couple of times. Joey C. Dabble Story and requested that one for quite a while before I got to it, and he ended up showing up in the chat. He was not happy with my audition. It doesn't look like I'll be getting a callback for the Joey C. network.
Shame.
You win some, you lose some.
Yep, you got to go on a lot of auditions before you land the part. If you get it right off the bat, lucky you bastard.
Yeah, people normally just call me because I'm Scottish and they need some diversity and everything.
Your diversity? You're pretty pale to be diversity. Do you do anything? Do you do gay stuff? Maybe that could put you in a diverse group. Homosexual, Jerry. You looking like you're
I thought you were
confused about
talking
what
to
I
all
said.
of us, not just me. And all right,
No, just you.
Play gay stuff. Obviously.
Let's do some gay stuff.
Why do you think my hands are so good?
Gag reflex. I don't know. I just thought you had like autism or epilepsy or some ailment.
I probably got a whole list of things. I just don't want to go to the doctors. Here's a list of things you don't have wrong with you.
What do you got on your head there, Mr. A? Can you get closer to the mic? Or Mike, can you get closer to the screen? No, the hat. What is that? Looks like a shark on your head.
Shark? Does it look like a shark?
Looks like you're
better not be a paleontologist.
Oh, is that a T-Rex that's eating you?
Dinosaurs.
I think so.
No, it looked like a shark there for a second, and you were talking about Joey C. I thought maybe he had like shark hand or something. So you went on Joey C's show, or he came onto your show for an interview?
It was a co-host audition. So I took an episode of his where he was doing a solo show, and it's kind of like a variation of React content where here's what I would be like as your co-host. I wasn't there at the time, but I'm here now. Here's what I could have added.
Well, you are actually here now, so can you please add a lot? Just talk over these guys, mostly not me, but you can talk over them.
Do that.
But just keep the conversation going.
You look like a shark.
As I try to teach people, because I'm a professional broadcaster, dead air kills a show, so can't have any of that. No dead air, please.
No, I heard it's good because it gives people a chance to relax. Like what? Look,
yeah.
That's like when you can go and give yourself a skull.
Yeah, sometimes people need a little break every now and then.
Oh, nice boot. I like the boot glass. I have one of those. I haven't used it in a while. It's hard to clean.
Next, yeah, getting down here, like I can't have anything but water in here because it's a bitch to get there in the toe of the boot.
But don't you just need to wear a sock on your hand to get?
If you drink it a certain way. Oh, sorry, sorry, Jerry. About wearing a sock when
you talk over me. We don't want any dead air here, okay?
Yeah. No dead air. We have two people talking. But when it gets down low, and if you drink it like with the boot facing out this way, it splashes you. It like clunks and then knocks your head off.
We do have that Beer Fest movie that taught you how to really guzzle down Das Boot correctly without getting that good old air bubble.
Yeah,
exactly.
The Broken Lizard guys. I love their first movie so much. Super Troopers. The sequel, Super Troopers 2, was really good, but none of the other ones have quite captured that magic. Beer Fest, absolutely fun movie, but Super Troopers just on another level.
And what's the other one they did where they pretended to be like Jimmy Buffett? The guy who had his music stolen by Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, that was the Club Dead? Something?
Yeah, Club Dread. Right. Yeah, exactly. Right.
They had the gag at the end where once they dismembered the killer, it was only his feet paddling going after him. I think it was right before a Scary Movie came and just killed the market with movie after movie of parody horror. And then those producers, they just stopped trying. You had the least talented of the Scary Movie producers keep on and go make Date Movie and this movie, that movie. They actually... how they parodied it, they wanted it to be super topical. So they'd watch the trailers of upcoming movies, parody that, or like the famous scene from Meet the Parents. It's already a funny gag. There's no reason to parody a funny movie.
You can't parody a comedy. It's already a comedy. What are you going to do? Make it more funny? You're not.
I remember the one gag they had was that instead of the cat being in the urn, it was their actual grandmother. I think a body actually came out. But those, like the parody movies of The Naked Gun, the Zucker Brothers, Airplane, and all those are just so well done, so very fun and constructed in such a good way. And yeah, the younger generation who hasn't seen those, who thinks a parody movie is just, all right, we watched Spider-Man, but we put a hat on him. And no,
just something random and stupid. It's not intelligible funny at all. Just because it's out of place.
One of the better ones I saw was
Shut the fuck up.
Not Another Teen Movie was fucking great, and that has Randy Quaid in it, and that one was way over the top, but well done. Like the very first scene when she comes all over the entire family, like in the very beginning of it, is fucking genius. And he's always
have a nice nod with Molly Ringwald at the end, giving the big speech to the teen of like, no, exactly. don't do this. I've been there. Oh, it's Molly. She has been there.
Exactly. Yeah, I love Randy Quaid calling her like pumpkin tits, sweet tits, sugar tits, like the entire movie. He's always calling her something like that because it's what is it? Henry Stanton Jr. His character from like Sweet 16 or Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink. But yeah, it's like it's on point, man. Yeah, and of course, this is your channel. I saw what you're doing out there, and I really like it. And I see you're not getting a lot of views yet, and I want people to check out your stuff, man. Like I said, I respect folks making new content, and your whole idea was genius, man. I really respect that.
Thank you. Yeah. Looking at how long it takes someone to find an audience, a lot of us are familiar with Carl of Who Are These Podcasts. That's when I look at someone who did one a week for 2 years until he really started getting some actual traction. So right out of the gate, being nobody, I've got to put in the time and just do something I enjoy. You saw one of the shows, TikTok Around the Clock. I take TikTok lives and screen record them, and I'm getting a little better at editing because sometimes showing them to you raw, there's just a lot of dull things, and you can handle dull for a minute if it's the proper kind of boring. That's like the Simpsons writers with Grandpa Simpson's dialogue. That is such a hard balance to find something so inane and boring, but at the same time give you a giggle. I've seen someone with a whole tattoo of the story with the onion on their belt. That I think went on for like a minute and a half. But yeah,
it reminds me of a place I haven't been to. A song I can't remember.
You couldn't get the white onions because of the war, just those big yellow ones. So yeah, it started out with something easy, the React content variation of co-host auditions, and doing something with a little more pre-production with TikTok Around the Clock. There's a movie review show that I would like to debut, and I was doing another show with Annie the Review Girl called Nerds Without Dates, midnights on Friday, where we would talk about Futurama, and we were about to go to another project, but I got my first channel strike on my Corey Feldman episode, where
probably Corey himself.
I was just doing the same thing that I've always done of playing an existing video, stopping it like every minute, every 30 seconds, maybe if they say something, but yeah, you don't want to play too much of it. You want to add your own thing and make it transformative. And the bots came and they were like, nope, this isn't transformative. And I was able to appeal it to the exact same bots that said, hey, this isn't transformative content, so I can't really talk to a human. Maybe if I were monetized, I could eventually appeal it to a human, but I'm just in a loop of talking to the same bots.
Right.
And yeah, my Futurama episode.
We have defined this is not good enough. Yeah, absolute crap. They did
I think you could you might reach out for help on Twitter with the @YouTube team. I've seen people have a little bit of luck with that, especially. It sounds like I know your stuff is transformative, so there's no doubt in my mind that should get overturned. It was it technically a copyright strike? A copyright strike.
Yeah, I've got the first copyright strike for it was a third-party video. It was Corey Feldman house hunting. So it was on like one of those A&E or TLC channels that are just have celebrities looking for new houses. And it was, goofing on Corey Feldman is just always fun. So I was very disappointed that I can't get that one up because there's just so many jabs that the audience is missing out on. I'm sorry that YouTube won't let me do that at the moment. So yeah, I'll have to try giving them an @ over on Twitter. I was concerned there for a moment because I was like, Come on, bot. This is the same thing I've been doing for 3 months. Oh shit! I just told on myself to the bot. Am I going to lose my channel now?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that won't get back to you. But yeah, we were talking about that before the show. Like how long we've been doing this. We've been doing it for, like I said, less than a year. But we did get a couple strikes, and then our channel was taken down, and we're not even sure. Like, you go to appeal it, there's no one to talk to. I sent the appeal in, and whatever I asked for help on Twitter, channel's gone forever. I'm not getting it back. It's no one ever answered me. I never got an email back. It's like, what the hell? It's just very it's very aggravating, to say the least.
I can understand with us starting out, who haven't been monetized yet, why they really aren't with all the different channels that they've got to deal with. I can see how we're low priority and just on the tier of talking to robots.
Exactly. Yeah, like you said, you almost have to be monetized and have a friend that like works, or someone that knows someone that is at YouTube, or like has a in there, just to even like get your voice heard. So and I have seen that happen. Like, I saw Shuley had that because his strike was bullshit.
Yeah, it was actually the exact same language in my strike that Shuley got for that rooster. So I haven't watched him
harming of animals.
Yeah, his where there was a actually the Freddie Mercury one, the practices, the disreputable practices. It was like the exact same wording. I'm like, I've heard this before. This is what I was like. Shuley, are you telling the truth? Yeah, he was telling the truth.
Yeah, we'll get into more.
Have you ever heard of the radio show The Bonfire? Used to be with Dan Soder and Big J. Okerson.
I've a few of their videos on Corey Feldman have popped into my feed lately, and I've been enjoying Anthony Cumia's takedowns. Someone uploaded like 6 hours of the Feldman files from Cumia, and I've gone completely through that. That's fantastic. So having the Bonfire to now go on to, and they're covering more stuff that Anthony didn't get to.
Oh yeah,
it's
sometimes deep. Do you know that
there's a lot there with fucking Corey Feldman? There is a lot of meat on that.
Do you know he had he has a fucking, what is it, audiobook?
Oh, that's
like
fantastic.
A book about his life. Do you know what it's called?
Oh, I feel like I heard this recently. Shit, it's something with Corey or Feld in it, isn't it? It's very
choreography.
Choreograph.
Nope.
Yeah, I was starting to get there. Because that's what he
calls. Oh God!
Is the Feld Mansion?
It should have been called the choreography, like the biography, or was autobiography? Choreography.
Yeah, I think it was choreography. Yeah.
No, I just came up with that. No, I just came up with that just now. That didn't exist before right now.
Oh, good.
No way.
You're going to have to get on past Corey Feldman. Apparently, he went back and stole that from you.
Yeah, I have that trademarked. YouTube should look into that for sure. Maybe get their bots on this situation.
We're going to get this video taken down now that you stole his big tail.
Yeah, we'll be the ones getting the copyright strike just for even bringing it up, right? Yeah. No, did you see the Harlan Williams interview with Corey Feldman? Did you get to see any of that?
No, I haven't seen that yet. That one's a more recent. I think I saw that pop up just the other day. But yeah, I'm fascinated.
It's must watch, fascinating, and whatever. He just picks them apart just by asking them questions and goofing. Just asking him oddball questions. It totally puts him in his place. But in all fairness, Corey Feldman, he was gracious. Like, he played along with the bit. He understood what was happening, and he let it keep going. But Harlan he's pretty hilarious, man.
I know someone who got in pretty close with Corey Feldman. It was an actress, another background actress that I met on set, where we were just having fake conversations while the stars were up front, but she ended up being one of Corey's angels. Did the second Good Morning America appearance, and was in when I knew her, she was in an all female rather punk band. Girl power. Oh. Sorry, I keep saying girls. I'm I'm
To be whatever you
up
want
for
to
my
be.
over wokeness from years of Hollywood. Your girls again, ladies, women.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Artie
Don't
Light had a
assign
tape.
genders. Yeah, maybe they haven't decided if they're females or males yet. By your 20s, you should have that decided, but not everyone does. Fair enough.
Essentia, millennia.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to decide when you're, getting an ID. You're like, oh, am I a male or am I a female or am I, one of these other 177 things.
Ooh, I can go with both now legally. Neat.
Or you can change your gender
like
every 60 days on Facebook. So I do that all the time.
Watching
to
dumb videos
keep my
of
friends.
people talking about that shit. And it's like, oh, I don't define as one gender because I just think I'm no. You want to be fucking special. You're not special. You're not everything. You're one shitty fucking dude, and that's it.
I just need
even
something to
You're
talk
barely
about.
a man, and you want to be both genders. You can't even be one.
A lot of they thems in Los Angeles. That was something that I very much noticed about 20-year-olds. Like I'm in my 30s, but getting like 10 years younger, a lot more he, they, she, they, pardon me, they, them, and don't see that as much here in.
You don't need to throw up in your mouth. I get sick about it too. So.
I'll try to be quick.
You also don't see it that much in Baghdad. You also don't see that too much in Afghanistan or,
Hopefully
All
not.
right. Well,
Gaza.
let's say hello to our chat before we get too far in here. Radish Diff, a good friend of the program. Hit both thumbs up and thumbs down, folks. I'm going to pass out later. Yeah, thanks for the support. Thanks for stopping by and making a comment before you go to bed. Always appreciated. He probably drinks out of a stein, too. That's as far as I'll go with that. Yeah, Chris Doherty, hit the like button. Absolutely. Hit the like button and smash to subscribe. And after this show's over, you may go over to Dillon from Somewhere's channel and subscribe to his channel too. Start watching it.
I actually do drink out of a stein. She let me know she was a squirter ahead of time. So that was very nice of her.
Alex Stein?
No, not his stein. I drink out of lady wieners, not man wieners.
Weinstein.
Well, he tucks, so you don't have to drink out of the wiener. He'll put it behind, like get it out of the way. So
I'm still drinking out of the fruit bowl. Turning the wiener into the old fruit bowl.
Yeah. Chris Doherty, welcome.
Fruit bowl.
Edgar Skull, De La, what up? I recognize many of these new names. Yeah, exactly. De La, Mr. Blue Sky, welcome. KFC Turbo, welcome. De La said he'll book me. Nice.
No. Okay.
Thanks for coming, De La. He's been a big help over on my channel, starting to do some of the producer work. The new interview show I've had for about 4 weeks. That one kind of a mess when I was trying to talk to my guest and communicate with the chat at the same time. So big thanks to De La for taking over the chat, especially on that show. Big help to the other shows as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we could talk about Detroit too, or De La, yeah. Not Detroit. Detroit, welcome. Good to see you. Well. Yeah, exactly. I mixed them up. Damn it, she's gonna kill me. She's gonna be mad about that.
No fruit bowls.
Go Bears.
Pools. Is that a song?
Big brains running the family.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
There's De La mixing it up with Detroit. Back-to-back comments. There goes Jerry. Yay! We can all celebrate now. We don't have that horrible Scottishman. Those foreigners, those horrible foreigners. They ruin everything.
And if I drink enough liquid to take that frog out of my throat, I will keep all the audio to a good level. My apologies for those two up front in the first half hour.
No, it's perfect. Not everybody comes prepared, man. I no problem. You didn't drink your lemon tea before you came. That's fine. We'll forgive you this time. But yeah, back to De La. He said he'd have me on his show. I'm kind of excited to hear that news. I have not been. You have some workings with that guy. is it true that he is addicted to worm joints?
He only dabbled in the worm joints, as we've dabbled in many things. He only dabbled in the worm joints. He is not interested in going further. Even though that me and other people would like to see him go from no legs to all the legs with centipedes. He's not really into the bug in the smoking business anymore. That was more of a one-off, it appears. I think we should hook him up with a zoologist, though, so he can smoke different bugs each week, and they can give us a very informative overview of what this species is and what their insides might do to his insides.
They're not going to do anything. People eat bugs in other countries. I'm sure you can smoke them. It's fine.
You have to be used to them, though. Like drinking the water over in India or Mexico. That'll mess an American up, but just fine for the people who are used to it. Same
really? They don't get Montezura's fucking revenge or whatever if they drink it? I thought everybody
maybe in Mexico.
It's just Montezuma to them. There's no revenge. They just live with it.
Yeah, I guess so. They're just shitting diarrhea, squirting yoo-hoo out of their assholes all over the place.
Yoo-hoo-hoo, Robin.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo.
I invented diarrhea, Robin. Hoo-hoo. No one shit liquid out of their ass before I came on the radio. Hoo-hoo.
Now, I hear a lot of people calling you the young stuttering John. What do you think about that?
Not nice.
I am something of a stutter fuck. That's something I'm still trying to work on. When I check out past episodes and see myself tripping over my own words, I'm like, fuck, I am worse than John. And just like John, I have dabbled in Hollywood. I sat in the audience of the Tonight Show and got paid as well. I wasn't the announcer. They just paid me to watch the show when not enough tourists came and got free tickets.
In what, like coupons or like 10% off of McDonald's Happy Meal, or how does that work?
1099s come in. There was one company that it was just cash. There was others that it was a check and it would come like a couple of weeks later and have a whole bunch of $50 checks. Of the Price is Right. Actually, I did 2 different times. I got paid minimum wage to sit in the Price is Right audience, and the person next to me won the showcase showdown. So I believe I should sell the seat next to me, or I should have while I was there. Of like, hey, come see the Price is Right with me and give me money. Showcase showdown twice, so the odds are on your side. Who else do you
Dillon
know?
from somewhere, come on down.
Unfortunately, us paid audience members weren't eligible to come on down. They let us know you're here to watch the show. The tourists, they are available. Or if you were local and just got a free ticket, you'd be available. They changed that eventually on what was the Wayne Brady one? After a while,
let's make a deal.
Yeah, let's make a deal. After a while, they did change it. Like you can get paid, and we will bring you down. Like especially if you bring your own costume. And actually, some people spotted me as Macho Man Randy Savage there in the audience, and Wayne Brady gave me a little nod. I see you, Macho Man. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it's racist to let a black man host a show called Let's Make a Deal? Like, it kind of sounds like he's standing on a corner like, yeah, $5 for a gram. Now $4 for you today, buddy. Just buy the gram.
You were going to go somewhere else. Like the deal was for him. Hey, but I did what I found when I was able to go on 5, but I finally returned.
That would be fun to replace him with someone fast talking like that to see if they could make more deals more quickly. I mean, we've got a lot of show to fill, and we have a lot of people in here. We have a lot of prizes. Actually, that's one thing. They don't want to give out the prizes. They save money by not giving out the prizes. So if they can, we can just hold this prize over for the next show.
Yeah. Do you ever hear an auctioneer? I don't think they're really talking fast. I think they're just making stupid noise, and they go like this. We're going fair, far, and then they 5. They're not doing anything. Just going.
That's what it sounds like to me too. The one local one in the 4-H fair over in Carroll County, Maryland. He didn't have that fast voice. He was pretty average with his speed. They didn't bring in one of those really fun guys who could go like this and really get the words out. And while he was thinking of it, he could still say actual words. But yeah, it does sound like 6. Do I hear 7?
5.
Yeah. Also, what my last girlfriend told me, pretty average. Exactly.
Oh.
Well, Bobby Nick, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off when you're in the middle of saying something, Bobby Nick.
I was just gonna say, I remember going to auctions when I was younger with people talking like that, and it was just fucking confusing as fuck.
Yeah, no, I know auctioneers. They do literally just have things that they say repeatedly, and they're not words. They're just like little catchy things that they remember themselves. So that is confirmed. They do not say words. I know for a fact.
Bobby, when you
they
went
throw
to the
in
auction,
the numbers here and there. Edgar, hey, I live in Mexico. The water is great.
No revenge.
I don't believe that.
See, Montezuma just lives in his stomach, and he's just used to any extra Montezumas.
Yeah, they have the immune system that's built up for it. So did you I seen your most recent show you did was with Dabblestorian?
Yes, I've done who else have I had on Chatting with Beloved Chatters? Kinky Loco, Dr. Spaghetti Tooth John. Who am I missing out? Yeah, I'm chatting with the people from the chat rooms, not the people who we actually who host the show, but the people who it was DabbleCon. Once I really got into this community, I never watched these live, and now Rochi's in the chat. Him and I and De La, very familiar with them. They're on my Discord regularly, doing some voice chats and text chats. So yeah, very communal type feel. That after DabbleCon, I was like, oh, all these people familiar with one another. I would really like to be in this community. Thank you, Rochi. Bill Loney was, how could I forget him? His interview, he is a very dynamic personality, Bill Loney. He's someone who I know has a regular job of trucking and everything, but it would be really fun if he were able to have a more regular show, because he's got his puppet. He debuted a puppet. I'm glad all the puppets' comments mostly stayed before the show, because oh boy, what do you call him, Pookie the puppet? That'll get your channel taken down. He needs to take Pookie the puppet over to Rumble, because that is a hilarious puppet. Who will get YouTube to say no? Get the fuck off of here, Pookie.
How could Pookie be worse than Tukey, who was the offspring of Ray DeVito jerking off into a green sock? Apparently, Could you get any worse than that as far as offensive?
Tukey rides the line. There's a line that he rides, and Pookie just steps right over and shits on that line. And I actually have a few puppets behind me. The dog Mr. Winston performed on Hollywood Boulevard for kids' theaters, and I did want to get a Lost review show started with him. Maybe that I have Deitois now as a producer, I can revisit that. But were any of you guys
ask you about one of those puppets you got back there? That's an elf puppet,
Frankie.
Oh, Frankie.
Yes, elf doesn't speak.
I used to masturbate with that puppet when I was a kid, because of its furry arms. I'd grab my dick and it felt so good. It brings me way back.
Did you just send us a video? What did you say, Frankie? Hello, Frankie. Can you say hello to Dillon from somewhere? Frankie,
hello, Frankie.
Can you hear us, Frankie?
I guess not.
I'm getting it.
He can hear this. Cheers, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie. Have you been hanging out with any hot chicks lately?
I'm said.
When's the last time you got laid?
I just sent the link to my dad's song. She's just a big
Did you?
song.
Oh, look at that kitty cat.
Nice.
Ken Marshall's one of my friends. She's well over 20. I repeat, well over 20.
Yeah, she's
Are you
a
sure?
nice looking
Because,
pussy.
well, Frankie, here's the thing. I'm looking at the picture right now, and it says right on it, well under 20 years old.
Yeah, there seems to be an over-under mix-up there.
Is that a kitten?
Are you sure, Frankie? She appears to be well under
She's
20.
well over 20.
Now, I have more questions, Frankie. Is this lady, is she an actual person, or is that a cat?
You pull your cat ears.
It looks like a cat, Frank.
Wait a minute, she's well over 20.
But is she a cat
A
that's
cat
well over 20?
That's ancient in cat years.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Looking good for a 20-year-old kitty cat.
She's
She's
probably
well
3
over 20.
years old, but that means 20
I
in
just
cat
sent
years.
you a link to my dad's son.
And she also appears like she can't keep her hands off you.
Yeah. Did she ever anger Batman?
Wait a minute.
Oh God. Does your dad have any karaoke I could say?
Mystic Mist, everybody on SoundCloud.
Did you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Unfortunately.
I love this song. This is a great song. Freedom song from Mystic Mist. It sounds different than the other songs I've heard before from Frankie's dad. I love this song. Frankie, are you surprised I know the words? Yeah, great song, great song. All right. Yeah, look, Frankie Dillon's getting into it, man. Check it out, Frankie. Woo! I love this song. This is the greatest song ever made. Yeah,
Need to save some of that liquid for some hot.
Wow, did you guys hear that course change there? Ooh, you can hear it. Wow, big changes. All right.
Very progressive.
Thank you. You listened to my dad's son. It went great.
It was.
Yeah, your dad is one of the best artists in Canada, from my understanding. Is that correct?
What's your finger smell like?
No.
I'm doing well.
Okay.
I'm real Frankie down.
You are. Are you aware of Frankie McDonald, Dillon? Have you ever seen or heard of Frankie McDonald, the weatherman? Well known. He's big time, so we're used to him just taking off whenever he feels like it.
Remember when he used to snip his finger? He did it there. You missed it.
He did it a couple times, Mr. A. I got it almost as excited as you did, but that did just happen.
I'm only slightly familiar with Frankie.
You are?
Only slightly familiar. I've seen his picture before. This is I'm really only learning about him now, but I've definitely seen his picture before. I must have seen some clips from your guys' show.
He's not in the Dabbleverse, I'll tell you that much.
No, but he is Canada's favorite weatherman. 100%.
He is, yeah. He's got his own multiverse,
just like Ira, the weatherman.
That's right. Clear blue skies. And for a while, he stopped doing it, and they'd ever.
Done with that gimmick. On to the next goal.
Sorry.
Cheers to Ira.
Sure, let's get
Bill Loney also Dillon. What?
Yeah, that's when I addressed earlier Bill Loney being on Chatting with Beloved Chatters. When I couldn't recall, once I get above 3 episodes, I guess that's all my brain can hold at once is 3 different pieces of information. You had a 4th. Oh fuck! Now I have to search for information.
Yeah, the most recent 3. Fair enough. Yes, Mr. A.
My dad's song is in the chat.
Too fucking bad. You're not Frankie McDonald, and we don't care about you or your feelings, mostly.
Mystic.
Or your dad.
Yeah, so Frankie McDonald, he went viral. He got like back in 2012-ish. He was on Tosh.0, but he had like 24 million views on one video. But he's got like 800,000 subscribers. Like, dude, it's amazing.
He won an
Some
award.
of the numbers he gets on his shows.
He has a plaque.
Whatever. He does a bunch of fun stuff. You should go check it out after the show.
He was chased by gorillas. He ate 50
He was chased by gorillas. He's eaten 50 hot dogs, 50 hamburgers, been chased by raccoons, not just the regular COONS. Also known as
The blacks.
There you go.
No, I didn't get to ask him all of our important questions. Yeah, we got here. Check out these. Here's some things Frankie's.
Frankie, how many Jews died in the Holocaust?
None.
Okay, I heard a different number. Good to know.
And Barry McCockiner?
I Barry McCockiner.
It's a good place to bury it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt your debate about the number of Jays that may have passed away during that incident, but no, I saw you did an episode with Kevin Brennan. Congratulations, man! That had to be awesome getting him on your show.
Oh.
Yes, Kevin Brennan. I would have put off the second episode of Brennan for a couple of weeks if I knew he would have blown up. Like the paparazzi actually following up around Brennan. That's fun. And the episodes that I chose from, that's a big ball bag. You might want to get that checking out. I think that's elephantiasis you got there, Kevin. But the episodes that I did. They were very much like people accuse him of, and more reading super chats than having things prepared. So I was ready to be on his side, and nope, I had to go with the detractors on that one. Of this is a super chat reading show, 2 for 2.
Right. Yeah. So you have issues with shows that are just built around reading super chats.
Did we get any yet?
Bore you, or you just don't like the content, or?
It's it looks like he isn't prepared. The episodes that I saw, it didn't seem Kevin had anything prepared, and just coming with something prepared. I want to see you're putting the minimal into the show. The one Tukey Soup where he just went like an hour of reading super chats. It was just a nonstop stream, but he had some stuff prepared, and it was actually getting him very frustrated that he had to keep reading super chats. That was actually fun. Of like, I've got to get to my show, guys. Please, enough with the super chats. I'll read them. And was it Patrice O'Neill? Someone from the Opie and Anthony show said that you prepare all this material so you have the option of doing something else. And maybe you do not touch any of the prep material, but just the way that the Brennan shows I watched flowed,
I think
it
Anthony
didn't appear.
Yes, I don't think Patrice says that. Patrice is dead.
I knew it was someone from the Opie and Anthony universe, and Patrice, of course, everything I'm saying from him is posthumously. I wish I would have been a bigger fan of his at the time. I was a big fan of stand-up comedy, but I hadn't gone down the Patrice road yet, and very lost opportunity to see him live, because crowd work. That's another thing that a lot of stand-up comedians who do crowd work, some will call them lazy, but some people are absolutely masterful at it, and they should lean into it. And just having other material prepared. Like he always did have his other material prepared, but he was
too loud, though.
He was a loud fellow.
I'm being an ass. I'm sorry. Sorry.
He was
sorry. I just had to do this real quick.
Stop looking at your phone, asshole. Do the fucking show. Jesus, you're worse than fucking Andrew.
We're doing it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yeah.
Before
I love
he rudely
those
cut
outtakes.
you off, you were saying something.
So you bring it on me. Fuck you.
Oh, that was
he
really
was still talking. You cut him off.
Yeah.
It was your
Before
fault.
someone was rudely not paying attention to you and looking at their phone, what were you saying?
Something about bringing in material, the different stand-up styles. I guess I can launch back into that, where I found my style. I enjoy getting a little performance artsy with it, having and doing something different. Like I found being on a lot of showcase shows, having like 8, sometimes 10, fucking 12 people that are going up. You got to think about the audience, and there's just so many people coming in there. Let me tell you a little about myself. let me tell you a little about myself. Let me tell you a little about myself. By the sixth one, I'm fucking tired of hearing a little about yourself. So I'm coming in with something just completely odd that it used to be my opener. Right now, I have a tight 1 minute that used to be my opener. And at the end of it, I would say, I think I have a little more time, which gets a laugh in itself. But being that I do this 1 minute of just something weird, throw me somewhere in the middle. When we've had 3 people in a row, 4 people in a row, let me tell you something about myself. I'm like an interlude with my tight 1 minute set of not quite stand-up comedy. And then we can get the audience a little more inserted. And yeah, don't put me at the end. You want to put me to help get the audience back engaged after 4 in a row.
Reset.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying. The other comics, that's what they're doing is going, let me tell you a little about myself. Getting over to God. That's what they're all doing.
That's how I used to lead. That was when I initially got into stand up. That was how I let off as well. So being in a room and seeing so many
what the fuck you idiots doing here listening to me?
Yeah, being
where were you doing? Where did you start your comedy career? Where have you like been working? Did you do open mics or did you get beyond that, or how was that?
Pretty much the open
LA?
mic scene. Baltimore was where and outside. I didn't get to DC as much as I did. That's where I grew up. And if I was going to focus on stand up, I should have stayed there. Like it felt like I was starting to find a groove. My last couple of months before I moved to Los Angeles, there was someone who said that they felt like I was finding my voice, which is like the top compliment you can get as a stand-up. But moving to Los Angeles, new audience, new set of set of mind. Like I didn't quite have stay in that groove that I was starting to get in Maryland. But I did make a living out of acting for 6 years, so leaned into that. Got my SAG card, so I get paid more than minimum wage, and I get all the snacks that all the main actors get. So that was what I leaned into for a while, because you get paid. Just a guy off the street being an actor walking around in the background, you get paid something. Whereas stand-up comedy, you got to put in a lot of hours just to get dog shit pay. So that was another thing I was looking at. I moved out there with 2 other guys, and we were all more focused of stand-up comedy after a while. We were all stand-up comedians focused on that mainly when we moved to Los Angeles. And after a while, I wasn't focused on that. Got more into acting, and that was a lot of fun. I started in theater. Writing actually is my first passion. I'd love to write scripts. I'd love to be an editor or like script doctoring. I got my hands on a few shitty fucking scripts in Los Angeles. I had a lot of fun polishing them up into something at least average, at least presentable. So once I got into acting, local theater in Maryland, writing stand-up comedy. But I can only say I've dabbled in stand-up comedy. It's been 10 years, and yeah, dabbling on, dabbling off. Haven't been really that dedicated to it in a good many years. And as I said, I kind of combined it more with my acting, where I've got this persona, this performance art that I'm doing, and I could do the longer bits, but I've really loved coming in there and the audience discovering what this is. I used to do a 5-minute long celebrity rant, the Christian Bale rant. That one lasts 5 minutes. That goes on for 5 minutes. You got a 5-minute set. That's all I needed to do. As fans of radio, you guys may have heard the "Hi, this is Barry White. Paul Quinn College cordially invites you." This motherfucker who wrote this? God damn it! How am I? "Hi, this is Barry White." And he would get progressively more pissed off to where he's yelling, sounds like he's throwing things, but then immediately he's got to read this spot. Motherfucker, how in the... "Hi, this is Barry White." And that one, I had to do at least 2 when I did that one as part of my celebrity rants. And yeah, the audience discovering what it is. Like, this is all it is. Oh, one time I did Kanye. I had, it was like 15 or 20 minutes. And Kanye had a fresh rant that I took and did wrote it all down myself. And like doing karaoke when you're doing like an NWA or an Ice Cube song, and people sometimes give you the side eye. No, I changed it. I will say fellow. I will say neighbor. I will say friend. I won't say it. I know my bounds here, even though I'm doing the Kanye West rant for 15 minutes. He's a real man. That's what we're going to say. We're going to get the point across, but I know my limits as a white guy.
Was it that crazy rant where he's like, I don't know how to hog tie people?
I don't know how to hog tie people wasn't in it. It was when he was on an elevated stage. I think it was in Northern California. Must have been around 2017, I want to say, when he did this rant on this elevated stage, and he stops the show, and someone has to move the elevated stage so he can storm off.
Oh, God. I don't remember that. I remember, did you get your shots? Do you got your papers? Do you want to come back to America with me? And he was singing, I don't know if he's in Africa or something, but he was singing all these girls.
Oh, God, no.
He was being honest.
He's got a lot of rants. Yeah. He has a lot of craziness to choose from. I don't know if I could even find that elevated stage rant again, but it was fresh at the time.
Is that the same guy who had the fucking, he was on the news and he was being interviewed and he went, I don't know how to hog tie people. And what the fuck else did he do? He went totally fucking crazy. Was that Kanye?
Well, most recently it was him in the mask with
oh no, I don't
Alex Jones. Alex Jones, and then then he went and did an interview with Gavin McGinnis and a bunch of people. Very interesting stuff. Very anti-J stuff. That was most of his rant. Now Kanye.
R. Kelly. I think I'm getting confused with R. Kelly. My bad.
Yeah, he's the one that pees on everybody and was touching underage ladies. Not good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna piss on you.
I'm gonna piss on
those
you.
girls were well under 20. I'm sure of it.
Oh yes, he was married to someone well under 20.
Right.
Oh yeah. And then she died.
Yeah, she died
her.
Was it the Matrix 2 that she was in? I think she was in the vampire movie. She was about to blow up. And
Aaliyah or whatever. Aaliyah, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that died in the plane crash because she was in Puerto Rico and they put all their crap on a plane that was way too small, and they said, "All right, let's hope for the best." Yeah.
Yep.
She was in.
Someone saying we need to get this all done in one trip.
Queen of the Damned was actually a very good movie.
Queen of the Damned posthumous and Matrix 2 posthumous, but she was right on the cusp of turning into a mainstream star and not just in the R&B world.
Yeah, posthumous, hilarious, even you could say.
It was nothing. After the funny.
Nothing. After the funny, like my jokes, my jokes are so smart. It takes a minute for people to figure out that they're funny, folks. That's all that's going on here.
What sucks? I never catch things because I'm thinking of my next joke. See, that's the problem I have.
The main problem is you're too far ahead of your time. This just needs to be put on ice, and then you break it out again in 3 years, and the laughs will be coming in so much more than they do now. Because
you made me feel great.
Much more than a minute ahead of your time.
Oh, yep. See, there they are. There's the laughs. They came in just a little late.
Yeah. So are you like a Stern fan, O&A fan back in the old school radio days? I know you're into some of that stuff.
Yeah, second generation Stern fan. My dad was a fan of his from back in the DC 101 days. And then he started coming on 1300 AM in the DC Baltimore area, mainly through the E-show. Oh, my dad ordered, I think it was the 92, 93 pay-per-view. My mom was so fucking pissed. I remember all the adults going to my house for that pay-per-view, and I had to go to my grandmother's just a little far away. O&A, it was after the fact that I got into them, and so much material. I wish I wouldn't have been drinking the Stern Kool-Aid as hard as I was, so I could have been a fan of both of them simultaneously. But I was just
jumped over to O&A. I was listening. It's way back. I can't even remember, child, and I was listening to, because I heard Howard. Well, I didn't hear him. I saw him on like the E channel. They used to play his fucking show or whatever. It used to have like a television show. So I was like, oh, this is awesome. And like one time they had a wet t-shirt contest, and I actually saw some boobs. So I'm like, well, I got to watch this all the time in case I need to jerk off to it. So anyways, and then I found it on the radio, so I was listening to it. But then, I don't know how, but I started, I got into Opie and Anthony. I was like, well, this is much better. And I just stopped listening to Stern. I don't know what it was. I
don't think they were local in my area until like maybe the 2006 run.
Yeah, because they came to. I listened to them on the radio. They were on one of my local stations. Maybe like Stern just moved or something. Maybe that's why I didn't like hate them or nothing or like them better. I think things just moved, and I couldn't listen to him, and I couldn't listen to them. So that's when it switched, and I just never switched back, even if I could.
Yeah, we had a few things syndicated that would move. Tom Likas was one that was in and out of the area. I'd mix up Ron and Fez with Don and Mike. Don and Mike stunk, and I would get them mixed up with Ron and Fez. So years later, hearing how great they were, I'm like, no, they weren't. Oh, fuck. I was thinking of Don and Mike all those times you were telling me how great Ron and Fez were, and I was like, fuck off.
I think my dad liked Don and Mike, and because I would tell him about Opie and Anthony, he's like, "Oh, you gotta listen to Don and Mike guys," and I think he like played it for him. Like, this is terrible. Like, no, you don't know what I was
really big into
Imus. Gold, and you just gave me dirt.
Yeah, like Imus. My whenever I had to go somewhere with my uncle and his family, and he had Imus playing for the big trip, I was just like, no way. I'm a Howard guy. Like I think I just completely tuned out anything he was doing. I couldn't even comprehend if it was good because it was like I miss la 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 la.
I'm sorry I did that. I'm embarrassed that you wouldn't listen to me.
So you had a Devil Storian on. Did he ever admit to you during the interview that he actually is the one that bombed Stud Joe? I know that there's controversy going around, and he tries to claim that he wasn't the one that did it. But I don't believe you, Devil Storian. You did it. We're going to keep that rumor going forever.
And I have to go with the rumor mill on that one. That voice, Stuttering John doesn't seem to have good voice recognition. Because that voice did not sound like Devil Storian at all. The same when OJ at some point came on as a potato, and he had to actually tell him, John, this isn't Cardiff. John seems to have a voice recognition problem because that voice didn't sound a damn thing like Devil Storian, the porn bomber.
Yeah, I mean, let's go to Stud Joe for comment. Stud Joe, what would you say to that?
His litter box.
And sorry, I sounded like that twice earlier. I've been doing better.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah, actually, like I said, sorry, Mr. A, I got to get this out real quick. But yeah, earlier I said you look like a Stuttering John, but also this sounded like the first sentence out of your mouth a little bit.
His litter box.
That's something that I'm working on of my stutter fuckness, because I do have some stutter fuckness to me. It's a nervous stutter. There was a little bit there, a little. So that's something that I notice. Like I've never liked watching myself back. I've heard that's what a lot of actors and performers. I don't know if it's the same with the radio people, but listening to yourself back is just like that guy.
I love it.
I guess especially
I listen to myself all the time. I fucking correct myself up so much.
Especially with acting.
You
I know that guy's
stare in the mirror while you jerk off.
So I make myself laugh then too.
Right. It's all about the laughs.
Sound you make when you finish.
Gagoosh. Absolutely.
But I want to play devil's advocate here for Stud Joe there.
Devil's advocate.
You got fucking dancing corns and you got fucking potatoes floating around. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna fucking be able to tell the difference unless it's a girl and go, unless the guy talks like this and the other guy talks like that. I don't know, maybe they're that different, but unless you follow them, you're not gonna fucking know who the fuck these people are. You're a fucking vegetable.
He did have the people on there on his show multiple times at that point. He'd had Devil Storian on maybe 6 times. He was starting to be like a regular. So
does Devil Storian does he have a face? I don't know who. Is he a vegetable? A
He
puppet?
just has he just has an avatar. He's got an old avatar of Stuttering John from back in the day.
Okay, so
And
yeah, I wouldn't. You can't recognize these people. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna. Analyzing people's voices. Like, what are you, a detective? No, I'm not gonna be able to tell people's voices. People that listen to Opie, we're talking about Opie and Anthony. People listen to Opie and Anthony for the longest time. They call in and they go, "Who's this Opie? Who's this Anthony?" Oh, you don't fucking know.
There is a little bit of sound difference, like coming from the phone and listening to the top quality on the radio. Like when Eric the Midget came in and actually was in studio on the Stern Show, there were people like, "What the fuck was up with Eric's voice?" A lot of people sent in and asked about that, and this is what he sounds like on top quality equipment. This isn't him over the telephone or on Stickum, because he didn't have a top quality microphone on his web shows either.
Oh yeah, you can hear the difference. It's not just like quality. Like when you're going through that kind of machinery, there's a booth and they change the levels and shit. So you can sound deep or whatever. Like fucking Sam Roberts. You know who Sam Roberts is?
Oh, of course. Yeah. He was like the Jocktober main producer for years. Yeah. He was locked in that room listening to shitty show after shitty show.
So he doesn't have a very good voice, but if you hear him calling in, it is much different and much worse. So they definitely pump up the shit when you're through a fucking professional radio show and shit like that. You can definitely, whenever somebody calls in, like even Anthony or something like that, when they're not through the fucking machine, you're like, what the fuck is this? Who is this queer with their shitty voice?
Sam Roberts has a wrestling show, and I did that on one of my co-host auditions. That was I've had a few viewers say stop doing the videos at 1 1/4 speed. I started doing that regularly. Sam Roberts was one of the people. He has a cadence that he doesn't have anywhere else than on his wrestling podcast show. It's kind of like how they do the promos now, and they're just trying to fill the TV time of 3 hours on a Monday night with inflection.
That's painful to listen to. Absolutely.
To be there.
Yeah, I hate when people do that. Just try to stretch.
Especially when your voice is like this anyway.
Stretch it out.
Another one of the co-host auditions that made me start playing at 1 1/4 or 1.5 speed was Sarah Silverman. As anyone who's listened to Who Are These Podcasts, like we've heard the clips. Who are these podcasts had Sarah Silverman featured a few times. So I was like, okay, I'm prepared for this. I know what I'm ready for. I was not prepared. She fucking broke me pretty quickly the first time. It's not a comedy show. I call it a self-harm show. It's kind of attempting to be a self-help show, but I want to self-harm myself anytime I listen to it. The second time I did a Sarah Silverman episode, I was like, all right, I know what I'm in for. This time she won't break me. It took her a while, but she fucking broke me. And I was listening to it, I think, on 2 times speed. They're like, no, let's just get through this. I'm trying to
break you. What do you mean by that?
Listen to her show.
Stuff, right? Just very annoying.
It's just driving you crazy.
Yeah, she's taking a lot of voicemails. Like, that's the whole show concept, is her taking voicemails, and it's like a torture technique. Like you heard back in the day in Guantanamo Bay, they would play "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." To me, that was my Guantanamo Bay, was listening to Sarah Silverman's entire show. And
I heard they played C is for cookie for some place as torture. They just play the same music, and one of them, C is for cookie. It's good enough for me. And
that would break me before Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. The C is for cookie.
Yeah, that's why I say some people might like Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Like
it was the Purple Dinosaur. They played that song
Barney.
all the time.
Yeah, Barney was my Guantanamo playlist.
That would break me. Yeah, exactly. I love you. You love me. Yeah, I can't imagine that.
Our sex is called statutory.
We're gonna do some lazy content now. But anyways, Quad Ray needs your help. Go smack some smart into him. I don't know.
I want to help Ray too. I have a show concept just for Ray. No one else will this work for as well. I would like
Let's
Ray.
hear it. Let's hear this. I'm interested.
What you got?
Well, I don't know if I want to throw the whole concept out, but I call it
Give
Rayman.
us a thought. Raymond?
Rayman. Yes, Raymance instead of romance. I think there needs to be a Raymance podcast in the world. I think it's a winner. I would love to bring the full concept of Raymance to Ray DeVito.
Hell yeah.
Definitely
So you're going to have him on and then possibly ladies. I seen you did a co-host audition with Elise Edwards, who of course is one of Ray's homies or ladies, or Tracy Jane being another one. Maybe you should talk to Ari Jane also.
Ari Jane actually was the first person to reach out to me after I did an episode on her with co-host auditions, and she was a good sport about it. I actually gave a show concept to her as well. She went in a different direction, and what was it? 3 episodes her show lasted with Chow. So I feel like we could have made it to 6, maybe even 9 with my concept. And I think she's doing a hang stream now. So I thought I had a solid concept for her. She wanted to go in a different direction.
And of course, we're up against Ray right now, so this is not fair. Thanks a lot, Ray. You know I start at fucking 8 o'clock. You piece of shit. I'm coming for you, Ray. We're gonna track you down and shave your head. Oh wait, never mind. Someone already did that, didn't they?
No.
I forgot.
Yeah. What's the W stand for?
David Chandler's over there watching his show. How dare you, David Chandler? I'm going to call you out too.
What the fuck?
Get your ass over here and give us your money instead of Ray. Ray is a shitheel. He's on the phone. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is actually pretty
This
regular.
is how you do a show.
So that's kind of something.
Well, that's how
one
Gino
of my,
does his show. So.
One of the
Go
people
ahead.
in my Discord, Candlewax, suggested Elise. I was like, is there much there with Elise? And then I look at her content. Yes. It's just when you pair someone up with Ray, he has, I compare it to the Opie and Anthony model where it sounds like a bunch of friends having a conversation. Ray's conversations with friends sound like more of those, well, where do you want to eat? Where do you want to eat? Are we going to go?
I don't
to
know.
that
Where
bar?
do you want to go? I don't know. Where do you want to
Let's stay at this bar. No, nothing's happening at this bar. Let's stay here. We're already here. Let's go to the next bar. Like, it's the conversations with friends that doesn't need to be broadcasted.
Borgo likes him. Ghost of Mr. P hates me. Like, yeah, I don't know.
We should steal his content.
I'm doing my joke.
I'm just curious who
And
you're
I'm doing,
talking
like,
to.
No, you call it doing a show.
The people that are giving me money
Yes,
are
This is
not
that's
true
Tom's
right.
KB.
bad.
Yep.
They're not.
He sounds like
I'm
this.
looking at the my PayPal account right now. No one's pro Chad. So this delusion that like the big money people
No,
are
he
coming in.
was on your show.
Don't even
and
say
he
his name,
decided
Kevin. Just
what
don't
the
look. He'll go
rules are,
away.
What the format is. Fuck that.
We were kicking around the rules, and Earl came in with the dumbest ideas. So joke for joke,
Hagel?
that's not going to work. So
It
I'm
is
just doing
true, it
7
is
minutes,
true.
and then I'm fucking.
No,
Today
you're
he
not.
had
That's all
Chad
I'm
on.
doing.
Get
Okay,
money.
well then he
You gotta
wins.
get the money.
Then he wins.
Right.
I don't
I
give a
asked
fuck.
for the
I'm just doing
links. I
7
could
minutes
try to
and
get
I'm
in there
peacing
and
out.
tear him up again, but
I'm doing like
What the
7,
hell?
8.
What are you, 7? I'm piecing out.
That's what I'm
Ray,
doing.
Ray,
boy,
Chandler
we
already said if
we
you don't
chimed in
stay
at
for
the
whole
exact
thing,
pertinent
then,
moment,
then
didn't we?
Chad gets the money
This is
automatically.
hilarious.
I don't give a fuck.
So where
So
are you
be it.
going? Where are you
Brendan's
going
the
after
hottest
7
thing in the
minutes? You got
Dabbleverse.
another show
No
to
one else
jump
has
to?
paparazzi chasing
No,
him.
I just
You're
don't.
out of your
I just.
fucking mind.
Yeah, for sure,
I don't want to
man.
be
What are you
sat. I don't want to
afraid
sit
of?
there while I'm dragged through the mud. This isn't a real roast. It's not in front of a crowd. It's not in front of anything. It's like
not a real
I'm not doing
roast.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it
doing
is.
7 minutes of show.
So where
Ray
you
sat
gonna
there and
get a
got
real
dragged
roast?
through the mud on the Shuley Network for
Get the
months
venue
with his
and we'll
balls
do a
growing
roast.
like the
Yeah.
stretches.
When are you gonna do it?
We can do it at the stand.
Exactly.
We can do it
When?
at.
When?
Everywhere.
You gotta get a
He
date
can't
from the
get
past
anywhere
full
unless he's
time.
dragged through the
He's
mud.
No, here was what I would say is anywhere Chad or Ray go is a roast. Literally, like everyone that you show up to hang out with will be roasting you. So enjoy. You are the roast. You're
You can't help
walking
but make
roast.
fun of them. When someone acts stupid, you can't help making fun of them if you're a funny person.
John would call that trashing. How dare you trash me?
Not fair, 'cause why? 'Cause the
How
Chad's super
dare
fan.
you trash me?
Wait, you're out of your mind. You gotta calm the fuck down. Chad doesn't have super fan. He has one fan, Bill from Jersey. That's it. Everybody else either
New
doesn't
goal.
like him
Win
or
over
is
Bill from
neutral.
Jersey.
All right. Well, I'm doing
Yeah.
7 minutes of jokes and then I'm out.
And
Oh
then
no!
where you
we got
going?
Hopefully he can count the whole
I'll
7
sit
minutes
there,
this
but,
time.
I
That
don't-
didn't
I don't
work
give
out
a
so
fuck,
well in
and
Pottstown.
I'm not there to be his stepping stone. I'm
I
not
sent
there to
Ray a
be-
couple
said you're
jokes
there
today.
to be
I don't know. I thought it would be
Don't say
fun
that.
to
That's what a
try to
fucking
help
joke
him
is,
out.
dude.
I have tons
Why?
of content
Why?
on
'Cause they-
Chad, so
because of
it would
what?
be fun to destroy that
That's what
fucking
they
guy.
fucking-
I hate his
that's
guts.
just what a
I sent
fucking
him a
joke
joke
is.
about the C word.
Yeah, well,
Ah,
I
copper.
get it. You have a lot more in common. with
Christmas.
Chad,
No.
Like you got the same fans. and
Cri-
things.
copper.
I
Christmas
sent you a
copper.
credit card.
Christmas copper.
Christmas copper is the kind of copper you go chop off of a light pole, right?
I'm-
With your
I'm just
meth head
writing
friends.
jokes, and then like I don't want to go back and forth.
It's like
You're gonna
Christmas
say
shoes. They're
detail
the
and
special gift that I
nothing
got
to-
for my
first
lady,
of all-
and then she
first of all,
died or
no one's
something. I
gonna-
can't remember how that
to-
sad song
to-
goes.
to-
Hell, we got
current
Dillon here. We got
Chad
an
is
actual
gonna
fucking
be-
comedian that
he's
can
gonna
write
be-
jokes
he's,
here. We
Earl's
should
gonna
workshop
be,
jokes for
Yeah.
Ray
Oh,
against
like
Chad
Chad's best
on
friend.
our
So-
show.
so-
That's
so-
what
so
we
Yeah.
should be doing.
says
This
he
is
won't
fucking
even
Roast
get a
Ray
transformative
right now. Say
content,
something
folks.
mean about his
He
chin.
won't even get a vote. He
I
can
actually
be
enjoyed
Yeah,
the
your
writing
chin's like a
process.
butt.
He won't get a vote.
More than
Go ahead,
the,
Dillon.
I just want to do 7
like as a
minutes
stand-up.
today.
I enjoy the writing process more than the like going out there after for months on end. I compare it to Eric Myers. Used to be a comedian in the Maryland area, and I saw him have a joke where just I filled out an application to work at Taco Bell. It said, "How did you hear about Taco Bell?" Because I live on Earth. Just one joke, and seeing him do that for years and finding a new tag. If Eric had a 15-minute set, all he needed to do was go into the filling out an application at Taco Bell, because he just worked and really sharpened that so much and found a new tag and new places to go with it. 15 minutes just from that one premise, where like after about 3 months, I'm done with my premise. I've had enough of working out this joke. There was actually someone in Maryland that asked if they could have my wrestling and politics bit from years and years ago. And I was like, yeah, sure. Go ahead and take it. And I would have done that more often if I would have realized, I get sick of this shit quicker than I should, and just abandon it and go on to something new much quicker than I should if I were to be a stand-up comedian. That's why I only dabble. After a certain amount of months of grinding it out, the jokes, I'm like, I want something new. I'm bored with this. Where like, a professional, he will take that one joke to 15 minutes after grinding it for years on end.
I couldn't.
Yeah,
do that.
because
That's what I always
I mean, for example,
comedians, I can't do it.
some comedians.
Well, for example, Derek, I told you could use one of my jokes. You remember what it was? It was, did you ever try to paralyze park a wheelchair?
Oh, I retweeted that for you today. I saw it. That was fucking brilliant, dude. I liked it. But how many people are into wheelchair jokes? I mean, you're shooting for a pretty small audience there, buddy.
I know. Can I do a joke about Ray there? I want to roast him for a second. Do you mind?
Is it about the Coors Light you just
Hey,
drank?
Ray.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, Ray, your chin looks like it has a peephole on
Ray.
it, so I can see if your soul is coming or something. That's what I got.
Very dice with your delivery there on our good friend Mr. DeVito.
Oh.
What, you got your best gal who you've never had sex with? What's the matter with you, Mr. DeVito? No wonder you got another Jane if you haven't closed the deal with that Jane after years on end. You're with that best girl, you pathetic little shit-chinned fucker.
With that hoo.
No, I love his
put my
haircut.
dick in
He
your
just
chin.
shaved his hair completely.
Gotta
Is he
start
getting
all
dressed
over
down
again.
by Kevin
You
still?
have to leave your house. You write some jokes. You do them. You get paid either way.
I sent him 2 jokes already today.
So I don't know. I know what this.
What were
set
they?
up to fail. It's,
I guess.
feel like
well, I can't
you're-
say them
you're out of
right
your
because if
mind.
he
Nobody
uses
thinks
them,
you're
then I'll
set
look
up
like
to
an
fail.
asshole.
Against Chad? Chad fails every day of his life.
You look like an asshole anyway.
All right.
You're being set up to fail.
All right,
You're
I'll do them.
Harry.
Let's do
You're
it
doing-
here.
you're gonna drop
I'll
the
show you
ball
what I
on
texted
you,
him.
not Chad.
And then I'll call
Right.
Ray after
He's
he's
not
off
gonna
the
use-
phone call and see if we
There's
can
no
get him
logic
fucking to
about
pick
it.
up.
You're
It'd be
just-
hilarious.
You're just
Chad's
imagining
jokes. All
some
right.
fucking scenario that's not even
So
happening.
Chad, the only guy
If
that
we were
checks
bringing
his
all these-
grinder in
we
the
were doing it
sauna.
live with an audience, and they all hated you, and they all loved
I don't
Chad.
like it.
Okay.
First of all, you couldn't even. you
When
can't
Chad
even-
goes in the
He's one
sauna, it's
fan.
like watching
He's
black.com.
one fan. Bill from New Jersey. So
What's with the sauna
just thinking, like,
jokes?
you're going up against
He's the one that said he
Fraser,
accidentally
something like that.
sat on a
It's
black
like,
man's lap
people love this guy.
in the sauna. And
It's like
everyone
you're
made
going
fun
up
of it
against-
ever
Oh,
since.
okay. See, I missed that.
Everyone kind of knows
I
that
was
reference,
wrong,
so
Derek.
I was
Good
trying to
joke.
play off of it. They probably could be
Chad should feel like
rewritten,
he's being set up.
but whatever. I just jotted
What
them
are you
down
talking about? He
today
called
real
all the
quick.
shots. He's on. He
Me
was
and
on the
Mr.
show
A
today
checked out before
announcing
the
all
sauna
fucking
story.
judges.
I didn't know that one either.
He's announcing who the judge.
I'm sorry.
My bad.
Damn it.
Yeah, the
a
most
failure.
well known. I guess I don't know the current up to date Chad Zumock. I wanted to tap out of Chad material like back in May, and then Tukey stream sniping, and I was back in. I was like, okay, a puppet is stealing this lazy gimmick of his and doing it much better. This is fucking hilarious. All right, I'm back in
So-
when I said no more Chad. And
So
since
you're
he stopped
into the
doing
stream
that,
sniping?
I don't do it on my channel. When Tukey did it, that was fun stuff.
Right.
When
But
Chad
you
did it-
appreciate
right
it
now.
done well is kind of what you're getting at.
yes, done well, done like Chad. It's more like this.
Yeah. There's horrible ways of doing it, and then there's hilarious ways.
But the opposite with me just talking over the clip the whole time. There's that. Is that bad too?
I like the start
I don't know.
stop. That's like the start stop. Here, you say something. No, I say something. It's almost like we're having a conversation, and that's my gimmick.
No, Mr. A doesn't like to have conversations. He just likes to talk.
I don't know how that works. I can't figure it out. I get bored of people talking. I'm like, I want to say something that's probably better than what they're saying, and then I just start talking.
Oh, here's our chance. Let's see if we can do it.
Oh, do it. Call him up.
See if we can get him on.
Look at
yeah,
this.
Just turn this into a whole just Ray talking on his phone.
Dude, why are you so nervous, dude? Like who cares, man?
I'm not nervous, but I don't do a bunch of roasts. But at the same time, this is not a roast setup. Like it's not like a fucking roast battle.
He's not going to answer me. What a prick. He just talked to Kevin Brennan, and I'm a nobody. What's up
You
here?
gotta roast Chad Zumock?
Now you see where you are in the rankings.
This should be easy.
He could
for
at least
comedy
tell you,
fans
"Hey,
like
hold
yourself.
on." I'm talking to.
I mean, I'm
in the paint.
going to show up and do it Tuesday, but at the same time, like if I feel funny business, I'm like, I just want to fucking say my jokes and like that's it. That's it. It's just
You're
doing
live?
jokes. Probably have laundry and a hat.
Check this
You're not
out. Every
live.
time you get
Oh,
nervous,
there you
you get worked up, or you.
Oh, he did
go
answer
into a
too.
frenzy in your head. Just this is the guy you're going against right here. Can you see that?
Yeah, I don't care. I just feel like this is just a giant setup. It feels like the Goodfellas thing.
Hello, you.
Was like, Karen, the dresses are in the other room.
All
Go
right,
in the room.
no.
And I just keep walking towards the room. Like, all right.
All right.
Ray.
All right, enough fucking Ray. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know why I'm spazzing out and doing Ray fucking stream sniping. This has gotten a little out of hand. I'm an idiot. I apologize. This is a horrible show. Nobody should be watching it.
You seem fascinated
no,
by him
exactly.
backing out
Can I
of
make
the
one more
roast.
decision?
Yeah, no, okay. I mean, what
about
do you
you?
think about Ray versus Chad on the roast? What's your opinion? Do you see Ray pulling it out, or is Chad just gonna be a piece of shit like he always is? Talk over him and just get loud and dumb. I know the rules are going to be set up a little bit so that most likely isn't going to be the constant, but you've seen Chad in action.
I haven't seen Chad be able to really write and execute a joke. Ray, I haven't seen him do stand up either. Podcasting, no, not your forte, Ray. That's why you should get into some Raymance, where it's an actual show instead of just hoping a show happens around you after going live. But I hope that his stand up is good. Ray is a likable enough guy. Chad, I absolutely know cannot create and execute anything funny. He can execute this. Like if he just did that for his entire time, do the same thing that he does with stream sniping. I think that's his. That would actually be fun. Oh, he's doing it live. Look, he's starting to shake.
We're doing it. We're doing it live.
But he didn't write it. That's where he messed up. He should have followed Bill O'Reilly's lead, wrote it, and then did it live instead of just doing it live.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just said the words forte. That's not his forte.
Podcasting,
then,
not Ray's forte.
But then the Will Forte, and then I was looking at you thinking, wow, you look like a larger Will Forte, and you kind of sound a lot like him too. Have you ever been told that? Will Forte?
Will Forte is new on the you look like list. I haven't gotten that one yet. Sound like when I first started doing podcasting, a few people said Chris Elliott. Listening back to it, I don't know. Okay, so I do.
Yeah,
I didn't
there.
exactly hear it, but I suppose it's there more than I realized. A little Chris Elliott, a little Forte.
I'm getting it. Make way for Fanny now.
So
I think you might have
store. Yeah, go ahead.
With the dinosaur on your head, Mr. A, Luchasaurus might have a problem with that. Actually, he's being sued by someone else who owns the dinosaur mask. There's a court case going on of the dinosaur wrestling mask.
I hope Christian Cage doesn't come and fuck with me.
Well, as long as you're his lackey and you can get the job done, he's okay. If you're his lackey and can't get the job done,
I'll call him Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
And then you call Christian Cage Daddy. Oh, he'll kill himself then. That's what he does to dads. He loves dead dads. That appears to be his whole gimmick now.
Oh, does he? Oh, I don't. What is that?
He makes fun of people and their dead dads. It started with Jack Perry.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And then he's just kept it going.
Dabble Story.
Well,
I'm responsible for Dillon's success. Is this true? Is Dabble Storian responsible for your success so far?
He's been a big help in helping get the word out there. He first, I think, showed up on my Stuttering John co-host audition number 2, and he's been a big help in getting the word out there to other people of like, hey, this fool's kind of fun. He's not just a complete fool. So I do thank you for your assistance. Fully responsible. I'd like to think I have something to do with it. So we'll have to do a little graph of what you've done and what I've done, and see who comes out on top.
Isaac Walmart understands this show very well. Dillon's on BYB, the big time. Correct, sir. That is correct. Alex Watts must be listening to 2 shows at the same time because he's saying Ray is chickening out of the Chad roast. I do worry about that, and I would not doubt if that does happen. I'm hoping not, because we're all pulling for Ray because he's a likable fellow, unlike that Chad Zumach, detestable, horrible person.
Sounds like he just wants to do a comedy show.
I have a theory. I have a theory about what if Ray doesn't chicken out, if he does go up there. I don't think he's going to be doing roast jokes. I think he's going to misinterpret what you're supposed to be doing or whatever, or just maybe not even misinterpret, just think he can do whatever and just start telling stories, maybe about fucking Chad, maybe not. I think he's going to look.
What about fucking Chad?
What is it? The host?
What about fucking? You said something about fucking Chad.
Fucking me.
Fucking Chad. Fucking him. Fucking Chad.
Fucking me.
No.
Fucking him.
You know what?
Sweet
temper. Fucking isn't like not the verb, but I don't know.
But yeah, that stream snipe. I agree with you, Mr. A. Sounds like that Ray just wants to go and do another comedy show. He does not want to do a roast. It sounds like
he's not going to be relevant. He's not.
It won't be like zingers, one-liners. It won't be like succession of boom, 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 boom. You're thinking it's going to be like written out.
I remember when I was hanging out with Chad and we walked down the street and Chad bumped into someone and he went, "Huh, excuse me." That's what it's gonna be something like that. That's my guess. Not a
He
roast
seems to be,
joke.
yeah, he seems to be trying to just do comedy or do some stories based on that stream snipe. I don't know how he got himself roped into this, but my buddy Daylaw got himself roped into doing a show that he doesn't want to do. You shouldn't have challenged Dabblestorian. When Dabblestorian puts his mind to something, he gets it done. So that was a bad wager to make for my buddy Daylaw to do a show he didn't want to do, and putting some types of wager. I'll do it if you do this. Dabblestorian's going to get it done.
Right. Yeah. Who's your favorite person in the Dabbleverse?
I'm not in the Dabbleverse, so you can't choose me. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, Mr. A. I guess I'd have to go with Carl because he's the one that got me into the Dabbleverse. I listen to Who Are These podcasts more regularly than any of the other shows. And Cardiff, of course, a very fun personality. But to meet Carl edges him out. I enjoy his show as a concept, taking Jocktober, putting his own spin on it, and just absolutely running with it. His Who Are These broadcasts, I feel like, is one too many. I like the Creep Off. I like Who Are These socials. But for some reason, Who Are These broadcasts, whenever I've tuned into it, is missing that something that the other of Carl Hamburger's programs have.
Hamburger. Yeah. Old WATP. I think that I would agree with that. And I think all the viewers pretty much agree with that because I look at the numbers on that show it's not up to par with the rest of the shows he does. And of course, Who Are These podcasts? I mean, that's as big. Like Creep Off doesn't seem to be catching as much either.
It's not as popular. I do love the format of turning the true crime show into a wacky radio show. That's like the crossover that it has. So I enjoy that. Before we get too far away from Hamburger, I don't know if the stand-up's still on the scene. There's this comedian who speaks real gangster, just going over all of his types, all his favorite types of soup: tomato, Maryland crab, lentil, and he'll just do that for his entire set. And
minestrone.
Really? And it's one of those. I haven't heard him say minestrone. That must not be one of his favorites. But it's one of those to where when I'm listening to it, it's funny at first. He loses me, and then I'm back into it by the end.
See, how long of a set is that, though? I mean, you can't go on for too long just saying like 5 minutes worth, or what is it?
I saw him in showcases. As I said, of me trying to do something different with celebrity rants or my 1 minute interlude, him coming in and doing it in a showcase fits absolutely perfectly. Of 10,
like the funniest
minutes.
If you're the funniest voice you can be making, if you're just reading the phone book, I don't think you have to be doing a little more than just reading soups, no matter how funny you sound or whatever.
It works for the 8 minutes.
That's my take on it.
As
okay,
I said,
8 minutes isn't too bad, I guess. Yeah, 8 minutes isn't. Yeah, instead of half an hour, so I guess that's.
Yeah, in a showcase, like 5, 8, 10 minutes is pretty regular when you're there with a whole bunch of other comedians, and having something completely different when you're on a combination show with a bunch of other people. That's something that absolutely stands out to me. Of like you're doing the right act for this audience. If you're seventh up, maybe don't do the let me tell you about myself material, because we've already have five. I'll get it out eventually. 5 fucking people already said, let me tell you about myself. Maybe all 6 did that bit. Stuttering.
Let me tell you about myself. I'm a molester. Has anyone done that?
I haven't heard.
Let me tell you about myself. I'm a registered sex offender.
I feel like I did hear that in a bit. That's actually a great way. Okay. You could start with that. Now that I have that legal requirement out of the way.
Yeah, now that I just got a bunch of houses out of the way, I don't have to walk door to door no more.
If you could send your neighbors over who weren't
I'm
here
an
tonight, it'd
unregistered
save
sex
me a trip.
offender. What's that?
Yeah, that guy's name was Alonzo Jones that did the hamburger.
Alonzo Hamburger Jones.
Quack, quack.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just
Didn't
sending
he
out
say
a
something else? Wasn't there other?
couple. I don't even recognize the guy. I looked at him. He wears a cowboy hat and he's whatever black guy from the 90s, I guess. Alonzo.
For a moment, he said
Does
Alonzo.
he carry a newspaper too?
Not to my knowledge. I was kind of thinking of Alonzo Bodden there for a moment. I believe he was on the Jamie Foxx show. He has a comedy club in Vegas, I believe. Bodden does.
Right.
It's funny how many people have comedy clubs and how that's actually something I learned from the John Lovitz episode of how involved with his own comedy club he was in Los Angeles. And Kevin Smith apparently got in a feud with John Lovitz over doing his podcast at the John Lovitz Comedy Club, where Lovitz was asking for like, yeah, apparently it was all money related. Where Lovitz wanted, well, your podcast is a lot more popular. You need to give me money. Well, we're just using your space. It's still the same it was. Yeah, you're using my space, so I need more money. My show's gaining popularity, and it's not even live audience. And yeah, he said it stinks. This deal. That was John Lovitz's best role. I fucking loved The Critic. That was something. If it would have came out a few years later, would have still been on air.
I thought that wasn't him for a second. I was gonna say more Critic fucking jokes, but I thought that wasn't him, and then it just snapped into me, and I had to do it. But he was The Critic, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, there was only 20 episodes.
For some reason,
of The Critic across 2 networks.
It stinks.
I loved his Ted Turner stand-in boss. Duke Phillips was a fantastic dumb rich guy. Roger and Ebert actually reviewed that. They did an episode and then reviewed it. They didn't like it. They didn't like any of the side characters, but I really love all the side characters from that. His dad. Oh, I guess they had 2 goofball idiots. The Duke Phillips was a goofball idiot, and then Jay Sherman's dad was a goofball idiot as well. Another
are you familiar with Alonzo Areola?
Yes, absolutely. Someone who absolutely realized, very self-aware. When he first popped up on the scene, that was someone who was like, is this going to be like another lol cow who has no self-awareness? But he seems very self-aware, and he steers in to what works for him. He actually has, I think it's like a 3-4 hour interview with Donkey Lips, Michael Bauer. When I saw that, I was like, oh wow. I've just been doing. I've got 2 Donkey Lips episodes on co-host auditions, which is just a joke having a guest. But Alonzo actually got him, and he hung out for a long ass times. Did Donkey Lips?
Yeah, that's crazy. The only place I've seen Donkey Lips is on. The only place I've seen. What'd you say, Mr. A?
I was just saying that he's been saying such nice things about so many people. I wish someone was out there saying nice things like that about me, but I don't think there would be because I'm wearing a dinosaur hat.
I've seen Patrick Melton. Are you familiar with Melton?
Yes, Melton. He's been doing this for a while.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, his that's actually what brought to my attention. It was El Horrible playing Patrick Melton's clips, and I realized, oh, Melton has been down this rabbit hole of Donkey Lips for a long time. And that apartment, anytime he's showing off his apartment, it's like, oh no, you could live in Henderson, Nevada, Donkey Lips, and you could have a very nice life and a place that isn't a damn closet.
LA's way expensive, period. End of story. Move out.
Seeing what his apartment looks like, I say he lives in the shittiest part of Hollywood at Franklin and Gramercy, and I'm wondering how close I actually am to pinpointing where that awful apartment is. I would absolutely make myself happy if he's on that block or within a few blocks, because I had a friend who lived right around there, and yeah, shitty part of town. Definitely no
Would
Burbank.
you go knock on his door? Would you?
If he's waiting for me, then I guess I should go and knock on his door. And the kisses could be hers and his.
What you doing in there?
Yeah. I
hope
like,
you're
have
not
you ever-
having sex with those ladies. You better be a.
As a young kid, I loved Mr. Furley much more than the Ropers. But as I get older, Mr. Roper is where it's fucking at. When he gets a zinger in on Mrs. Roper and then gives his shit-eating grin at the camera, I fucking love Norman Fell as much as Don Knotts. Oh, Don Knotts! Actually, I saw his daughter at a stand-up showcase, and she had a roommate, and she was in her 50s. I'm like, yeah. I started feeling really bad for her, seeing what kind of situation little Don Knotts' daughter was in at that age, having a roommate and still trying to make it happen.
Hey, Grizzly.
Why don't you call me daddy when I have sex with you? All right. Sorry. Hey, Tony.
Yeah, Dillon, welcome, ZeroDarkTony, fellow LAEN, Los Angeles site, or whatever the fuck they call you people.
Angelino.
Nice to meet you, ZeroDarkTony. I swear it was all a big misunderstanding.
Happening. It's all right. It's all right. You could just talk to. We're gonna send Nunzio over there. Hey, what's Gramercy? Bauer is at Gramercy?
That's what I theorize. I had
okay,
a
because
friend.
that's a shitty part of town, bro.
Well, look at his videos of what his shitty apartment looks at.
Oh, Reseda. No, Reseda. I think Valley Reseda.
Okay, I was thinking he's still in the thick of it because that's what my friend under poor judgment. Like we lived in Burbank. Burbank is nice and central. You've got
I've
a
lived in
couple.
Burbank, yeah.
Nice part of town, and you've
it
got
cold there?
several studios. Cold, only chilly, like 2 months. It does turn into an oven.
So it's not
August and September.
Burbank. Huh?
It burns, Bank.
Sorry.
I gotta
It
let my dogs
burns,
out real
Bank.
quick, guys. Sorry.
Go take
Who-
them
who
dogs
did
out.
that?
Oh, he's got to let his dogs. That's a euphemism. He's
who?
just taking off his shoes.
That's
But
a
the-
multi. He's in the multi-purpose chair. It's 4-wheel. Takes that shit right
Mhm.
off.
Take his legs off.
There he goes.
It's funny how
you know
quickly-
what would be awesome?
What were you saying
forget-
about Burbank? Go ahead.
There was this whole like wheelchair schmeelchair. We gotta get him a hovercraft.
Oh, I don't think you can operate one of those
A hovercraft?
the same way you do a wheelchair.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I
You're
don't know.
just
Maybe you
negative-
can because I
negative
think you are
Nancy
just
over
sitting in
here.
like a chair.
Or are you against?
Well, I'm just thinking of
technology?
the kind of hovercraft they use in like the bayou, because those ones you're just kind of sitting in a chair and you're like moving a stick and you got a big old fan behind you.
No, that's not.
I don't know how
hovercraft.
those
That's a
new
fan
age
boat.
ones.
That's not a
That's a fan boat.
ground
That's not a
hovercraft.
It's a
hovercraft.
fan boat, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, those are
Oh.
fan boats. Those
Kinda
are
the
like
same
the
thing,
flat
isn't
skiff. No, not really, because the
They don't hover at all. No, they're in the
Yeah,
water.
we're gonna get you a
Okay,
hovercraft,
yeah.
bro.
My
We're
Would
gonna
you
get
call
you a
all
hovercraft
boats
instead of that chair. We're gonna
hovercraft?
fix you up. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Derek, can you hear?
Yeah, but I think like a hovercraft, it would just float around, so I'd be bumping into the walls and like slamming into shit all the time.
You think
Because
we're
I
gonna
don't
get you
think
a shitty
there's no
hovercraft?
brakes. No brakes,
dude.
man. You gotta like float into position.
We're gonna get one of those ones that have like
You
the
look like a
Apache
retarded
fucking
gang
helmet.
of Pong.
No, dude, it's like you put.
Well, I look
give
that
him-
way
he's got
now,
a
but-
you get a helmet with this hovercraft, like the Apache aircraft. You get guns. You just point your head. The guns aim with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
helmet, huh?
It's full of
That shit's so awesome. All you have to do is look at your target and pull the
That's
trigger. That's,
right.
weird. While flying. Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you, hovercraft.
No, the other guy that's out there with you guys is Hack Rider. Dillon, you aware of the Hack Rider?
Hack Ride wears the mask, right?
Yeah, the demon mask.
Yes, I have seen Hack Ride.
Yes.
I was
Been wearing it
jealous.
for
Yeah,
over
they're-
1,000 years. Yeah.
I don't think that's a mask.
It's not.
I
a
just
ma-
I
yeah, it's
wouldn't
not a
say that
mask.
around him.
I take it back. Sorry. I didn't
was
mean
jealous
to
that
dox
he,
you, Hack Rider.
Yeah, Hack Rider got the nod to be the co-host on Who Are These Socials when Blind Mike couldn't make it. I was like, Carl, I have a social media show. This is you could have called me. I've got a backlog of clips for you.
Yeah, well, there's something about having an in on these shows. Like, if you know the guy's pretty good, it seems to work out. Like, Hack Ride's on Levyverse now. I don't know how he pulled that one, but it's probably because he's well versed in the technology part of all of this stuff. He does well with that, for sure.
He's all right.
He's all right. He's all right. He's all right.
Do you still live in the Los Angeles area, ZeroDarkTony?
I do.
Yeah, I was 8 years. I was a Burbanker and thought I was going to move to Vegas. Do you have some type of job in the film industry? Like everyone seems to have the film industry job and then the side gig.
I'm retired.
He's a writer director.
You retarded? Oh, I'm sorry, Zicto. I never picked up on that.
They are very nice to the retarded there in the area.
I'm semi-retired. I'm semi-retired and completely unemployable. I don't really do well with bosses. So the nature of my work is classified, but we can have a private conversation at some point. These ghouls.
Away from the on-air shit.
I don't have enough cocaine to get to everybody, okay? So
do you have enough fentanyl?
Well, that's in the cocaine.
I knew it. That's why I turned it down. I knew you mixed the two, you son of a bitch.
You know, the cartels, the Mexican cartels, do not put the fentanyl in the cocaine. And when, if and when,
who does then?
It's said to be some of the Asian cartels that are adding the fentanyl. But what the Mexican guys are doing now is that they're coloring the fentanyl pink. And different shades of pink and blue, so you could see it in case it's in, because they don't want to kill their customers.
Yeah, that's not a good business plan.
No.
Yeah. So
it took me back to thank you for smoking. If cigarettes kill people,
that's a great
what kind
movie.
of business plan is that?
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, I love that the
Aaron
anti-smoking people are all the villains of the movie. The protagonist is Aaron Eckhart. I think that was the first movie I really saw him in. He knocks it out of the park.
Did he ask you about, speaking of Aaron's, did he ask you about Steel Toe yet?
No, he has not asked me about Steel Toe yet.
I'll leave that up to him. It's his show.
Steel Toe.
Good question. Very nice.
Did you hear about Steel Toed yet?
The last Steel Toe.
Did you got Steel Toed yet? Did you
Steel Toe?
Steel Toe initially got on my radar through his Dark Side Phil material. Once I started going down the Dark Side Phil rabbit hole, I was like, oh, this is just fun to talk about this idiot. And something happened to Aaron this year. I feel like from when I was getting into him,
Sumac happened to him this year,
and that broke him.
Yes.
That broke him, and now the big joke is that he can't make April come.
Right afterwards,
it broke him so much.
The pile on from Nobody Likes Onions. That surely happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone mentioned that to me as well. That I didn't hear Melton's takedown of Steel Toe, but I've heard that was a big contributing factor into Steel Toe losing something. Yeah, he had something that had me coming back.
Yeah,
there was a point there when Steel Toe was riding high on numbers there for quite a while. And then the Chad thing happened, and then it kind of petered out on the numbers, and I mean they're down to maybe like 300 live, which nothing to sneeze at, but it's like less than half of what they were doing. So
and really
he tries to say the Rumble numbers, if you add the Rumble numbers to his YouTube numbers, that he's same place that he was, but I don't know if that tracks.
There's two different kinds of views in the back end of Rumble. That they
right. Yeah, but and then they talk about there's a 4-time multiplier. It's all very confusing when you start talking about Rumble numbers, and I don't believe any of it
4-time multiplier.
Myself,
yeah, well,
I don't.
Are we playing?
Yeah, does that just mean you Yeah, I don't. They just go 4 times what you actually have is your number. So
whatever you see on there, just multiply it times 4, and that's your thing. You're doing great.
You're doing it.
Steel Toe also took a big swath at like every show in the Dabbleverse of like they don't do actual shows. I remember that being like, I do a show. Like, no, Carl doesn't do like a daily radio show like you do, but Carl does a show.
Yet. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Before the train completely leaves this station of Steel Toe.
Yeah, I almost forgot my hat.
I mean, have you watched much of it, Dillon?
Not for months. I never really watched an actual episode live, but I would catch clips. As I said, starting with Darkside Phil, and then it would be just like random topics where it's like, all right, I'll hear him talk about that. And I haven't been listening to clips at all in months.
Okay, no comment on the Hulkamania shirt.
He does wear wrestling shirts awfully regularly.
That's a lot, right?
I have.
Can I ask how old of a fella you are?
37.
Okay, so you guys are about the same age.
I do wish I would have bought a Acolytes Protection Agency shirt. That's one of the more obscure ones.
Oh yeah,
see someone with anyone who remembers the APA has good memories where they had just a door. Yeah. They were playing a card game, and they were out in the middle of a giant room. And if someone just walked in, use the door, motherfucker. Were you raised in a barn? That's one of the more obscure references from back in the day. That is
my friend
really
had a
fun.
tape that he would say that this is the APA really beating the shit out of the Insane Clown Posse. They were like, because they left the WWF right after this match. It was like a heat match on fucking Heat.
Public Enemy. You're thinking of Public Enemy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Public Enemy. They just beat the fuck out of them for real. You could see it was fucked up.
I started watching wrestling like Jimmy.
Well, I don't know. I was young, and my friend really thought that they kicked the shit out of them, and they were really just fucking smashing shit on them, and it wasn't a match at all. Just they came down there, did some very sloppy, hard hitting, stiff fucking moves, and that was it.
Yeah, the Animal Steel had to do was eat a turnbuckle. You know what I mean? He just eat the turnbuckle.
Yeah. Woman, Lisbeth, woman.
He just
throw all that stuff in there.
He just terrified him.
He was a school teacher.
Actually, George the Animal
His gimmick was a retard.
Versus Jimmy Snuka. I saw at a high school gym when I was in high school. They were still doing stuff like that.
Jimmy Snuka.
And then
back in the 90s, mid 90s or something.
Yeah, back when like 96, 97-ish, a local gym in Maryland had, I think they had Doink there one time, and who knows if it was actually Doink. You could throw anyone in makeup, and it's the clown who was on WWF.
Yeah. Now, Dink, you can't fake Dink.
There was only one Dink.
Yeah.
There was that one Survivor Series where it was supposed to be 4 Doinks, but they just fired them, so it was just 2 tag teams. I know Mabel and Mo and the Bushwhackers. That's who it was. 2 giant black guys and 2 New Zealand hillbillies down to the ring in the clown makeup. No actual Doink because we fired them. But here, isn't it fun? We've got Men on a Mission and the Bushwhackers as Doinks.
Hey, you just need some idiot dressed as a clown to throw him around. Who fucking gives a shit? I mean, even though like he was a good wrestler, Doink, he did actually like wrestle good technically, which was weird. Seeing this fucking idiot, it was supposed to just be like a fucking gimmick, and now he's actually doing like he's out wrestling people technically and shit.
He actually took his evil clown gimmick seriously. He was not happy to be a baby face, to be a good guy clown. He was initially an evil clown. Terrifier! Actually, we got an evil clown coming back to theaters soon in Terrifier 3.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I went back to be in theaters. That's on something like it would be like on Sci-Fi Channel or what's the
no, it's not going to be on TV.
Shutter Channel.
I might have misheard. Actually, I think Terrifier 2 just had a short run in the theaters for Halloween.
Right. Yeah. I did hear about that. Right, because the first one was controversial because it was so scary that people got hurt or some shit like that, right? people were passing
Well, he
out.
cut
from the
a
fear.
naked woman in half from her vagina, and you could see it on the screen.
Well, who hasn't? Right?
Hey,
Am I right,
Dillon,
guys?
have you had the Joey
It's
C
Dean.
experience yet, Dylan?
Joey C. Dabble Storian it really tries to get me in the Joey C business. I just dabble in the Joey C business. He reminds me of so many oxy heads that I've known, and he has too much energy for it to only be oxys. So people say maybe it's oxy and meth. Sure, maybe it's oxy and meth. It's oxy and an upper for sure. But I find him quite unremarkable. Someone else like a Tukey lens, a Dabble Storian lens. I can watch some Joey C. I did a co-host audition with him on my show once, and I just can't get into the Joey C universe the way some people really enjoy. But if Tukey's talking about him, yes, give me 10 minutes through someone else. Kind of like same with Darkside Phil. Don't give me raw Darkside Phil. Give me someone else with a lens over that DSP to make that idiot interesting.
Right. A little.
So Phil Elmore, is that what you're talking about? Darkside Phil, or is this a different Phil?
Oh, you don't know Darkside Phil?
You don't know DSP, dude? Oh my God!
This is a rabbit hole that you could go down for a long time. He
Is
is
he
one
a
of the
local or like an asshole or what?
like when Chris Chan went to jail.
Local gamer.
I feel like DSP became the main lolcow of the internet. He's one of the original gaming streamers, and he's just fucking awful at it. He doesn't enjoy video games. He enjoys winning at video games.
He also hates people.
He's a hermit.
Does he make money now off of his gaming stream, or is it monetized?
If there's a gun to his audience's head,
he's got like 6 whales. There's a YouTuber called Super Crazy who actually breaks it down, and he's like, there are 6 people keeping Darkside Phil in business who are his pay whales. There's some other ones.
Which forces him to do the show that he hates in essence.
Ooh, I have a great idea. Listen, you guys, how about instead of stream sniping, whale sniping? Huh?
Well, I think everybody's trying to whale snipe ZeroDarkTony.
Whales. We befriend a couple. We offer them some krill and some small sardines to come over, and join us.
I think they kind of just have to show up on their own and like you. I think that's kind of how it works, man. I hate to say,
what
you just have to be good at what you do, and maybe a whale shows up. That's how it works.
Whale sniping, I love it.
I don't know how these whales stick around for people who stink at what they do, like Darkside Phil. But actually, those are some people I would love to have on my Chatting with Beloved Chatters show. Only Iced Coffee and Snow Carl. Anyone familiar with the Darkside Phil lore know those two have been in his chat for years, and they both at one point, I think more than one point for each of them, multiple times, made a big deal. I can't take it anymore, Phil. Those credit card leaks, it shows me that you're spending all your money on mobile games and I can't do it. And then they come crawling back and give him more money to spend on mobile games.
Oh, he recently did it with a controller. He needed a new controller, was something that he needed from one of my British buddies does some coverage of him too. Agostina Zinga. Have you ever heard of him?
I'm unfamiliar with Agostino
Zinga. Oh man, he's hilarious. He's a brother. He's a London brother, and he also talks about Schaub, Brendan Schaub. So he talks about Schaub and Darkside.
The Fighter and the Kid, or just Schaub in general.
No, Brendan Schaub. Yeah.
Hey guys, I accidentally cut off my finger, so I have to go on WebMD to see if there's anything I can do.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. I hope it grows back, or even something better than that might happen.
Yeah, put it on some ice. You'll buy yourself some time. At least,
in the hospital.
Yeah, you'll have a little bit of extra time at least if you throw that shit on some ice.
I don't want you to have to stare at my QR code there, so I will put you over there in my spot.
I mean, if you look, you could even look up Darkside Phil right now if you want to.
I could, but I won't.
Pull him in. Okay.
Yeah.
There's an animated Darkside Phil with his former fiance Panda Lee's hospital visit.
Did Meat do it?
I'm unsure of the creator. Actually, there's a new one called Pigsar, who's got I think he's thrown like one up a month of like a cheap Pixar type of animation with Dark Side Phil audio. That's one that I haven't been able to get off of. Like at some point, going down the Chris Chan rabbit hole, it gets really sad when his brain is hijacked by the idea guys. It's not fun anymore. Dark Side Phil is still fun, very much like Stuttering John. Like there should be an end to goofing on this guy, but he keeps coming up with more ways.
Yeah,
more variations of the same way. Like it's not very different. The new ways to goof on them, but they just keep putting new little spins on their goofballery, jackassery. I'll find a word eventually.
Well, they also have I don't know if you guys follow Baloney Factory on Twitter. It pretty much involves, dude, that's the best shit. I know Shuli Network covers that stuff a lot. Like they show, so I try not to do the same kind of content that Shuli does or anyone else for that matter. But
I'm very happy to see Baloney Factory back. Those like those Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Just
exactly.
Anytime that Master Shake Joey C opens his mouth, I'm laughing. Like as I said, I need the proper lens for Joey C, and the lens of putting Master Shake. Fucking genius! Great job, Baloney Factory.
Yeah, those two together is fucking
the animator.
Perfection. What's up, Zero?
That animator, the Baloney Factory. That's the guy who's making those cartoons.
He had Dabble Step back like a year ago. It's a solid dubstep song that got a good beat. I would dance to that in the club. His Dabble Step with just using John drops and stuff. So I'm happy to see him back, and he found a really fun, unique gimmick of making Aqua Teen Hunger Force with those two buffoons.
Holy shit! John just gets wasted on his him and Mersh. John and Mersh get so drunk. You know Mersh? Are you aware of Mersh?
Revenge of the Sis, yeah. Exclusively over on Rumble now. Mersh.
Yeah, I mean, watching Mersh.
I've seen him on Revenge of the Sis. I haven't really. I'm aware of his solo shows. So what is it? Nightwave. He's getting fucking hammered on.
Nightwave.
Yeah, and I went at it with him on Twitter a while back. I went at it with this guy, and I was very supportive because I kind of like people who say, Mersh, everybody here got to listen to Nightwave. Coming down here with these fucking cats, they're ruining my life. Fucking Mersh is like the drunkest, slorshiest his ice, and I can't stand a lot of mouth noises. And when someone's drinking, it just for some reason it drives me nuts. So when I hear little ice cubes hitting the side of the glass and he's pouring from the decanter and the sip is like got a lot of air in with the like he's really slurping the fuck out of this thing, and then
he's making an ASMR stream at that point.
And then with the cigarettes, it is just a whole thing. Yeah, that's true, Mickey.
I get annoyed by the smoking, but like the people with the what do they call them? Vapes. Yeah, even like the people that are vaping like every 3 seconds for the entire podcast, that drives me insane too.
I mean, we're casual. I try and stick my head out of the frame when I take a bong hit.
You doing it doesn't bother me, but I watch some people's shows and then it's like just fucking constant. It's like, geez,
I don't want to hear them.
How much nicotine do you need during a show? I assume they're using it almost like an upper, right?
Just you have
the nicotine high.
Yeah, but the nicotine high, but it's also this self-soothing thing, Mersh
it's their binky. Yeah, it's your pacifier.
Mersh has really just gone to now. His content is he talks to his cats, and he talks about Vegas, and it's just I don't know. He's really kind of slipped pretty far from what he once was when he sort of had it together. He's just really kind of he needs a vacation. Sometimes you just need to take a break for this thing.
Yeah, and I said that months ago about Mike Morse over at the Shuli Network. People like to say that he never added anything. I feel like that he added something to that show at some point, but just to rotate him out for a bit, I think that would have done him some good. I don't know if he's still there saying nothing, but yeah, they're for a
Rotate
bit.
everybody out for a bit. You know what I mean? Snap it up, freshen it up. I mean, I got another show called Ripcast. You got to keep things fresh and rotating.
Yeah, they got four guys on screen now, and one of them's Anthony Zenhauser.
Oh no, that's not good for anybody.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Anthony Zenhauser. I'm not a big fan. Obviously, Bob and Shuley are fucking great. I mean, you can't really deny that too much. But
I heard Anthony Zenhauser.
I do get
one funny thing.
I think Mike Morrissey does like music, and like he has some other stuff that he's like is capable of producing. So I do believe that is his appeal, but he's a nice guy. So in a morning show, just having a nice guy there, there is some chemistry in that way. But I get your point about like maybe swapping them out here and there.
Yeah, Morris seemed to be more into it with the parody songs. I remember when they cut back his parody songs because YouTube is just very strict with their rules of reusing songs in that manner. And Zenhauser, when I was a fan of Shuley and watching his shows regularly, I gave Zenhauser's show a couple of chances, and nope.
Like the Men Are Talking one with Pat Dixon.
Yeah, couldn't do it. I gave him a couple of chances, and nope. He added nothing all those entire times. That was someone who I also said like with Ray.
His crime show or whatever.
Pat Dixon does tons of shows. He's all over the place. He's on censored.tv. He's on locals.com. Like he does a lot of different shows.
Anybody who smokes to me is just unwatchable. Like I quit smoking
just for the smoking.
Yep. I'm out. I'm out.
Bobby Nick.
I'm kind of, I don't really, but here's the thing with Bobby Nick is you can't really see it. You know what I mean? He's like back in the cut. He's just sort of chilling,
He's so fat that he makes the cigarette look so small you don't even notice it. I get what you're saying.
Maybe a little bit of that, but he's also not right up on the mic making a bunch of mouth noise. You don't hear him smoking. So I think maybe the creators that
smoke, the noise.
Smoke. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
I can't, man. I can't ASMR the smoking.
So I know ZeroDarkTony was trying to get you in a feud with Steel Toe tonight. Not very nice, but you already had a feud with Shuley Dillon. Would you like to go into any of that tonight? Tell us what that was about.
It was a pretty one-way feud. I don't believe he ever acknowledged me. I did the Stuttering John's Shuley Detractor show. And Stuttering John coming back actually fucked up my plans because it was I was going to debut it. I put it on the shelf for 2 weeks as I reworked it. I was just going to make it like another one of my shows where the shows I do daily, Monday through Thursday, are approximately an hour. And dedicating 1 hour a week to shitting on Shuley, I was like, this seems mean-spirited. It seems like overkill. Let's do a half hour and we'll have multiple segments in it, including the final segment wherein the TikTok is Balin Dupree, because that was around the time where he started showing Balin clips. And Carl was like, guys, that's kind of my thing. And there's just so fucking much madness on TikTok to go around that it's just like you guys are just watching other people's shows for these wacky videos when there is just so much more. And I ended up spinning that off into TikTok around the clock, where I bring some of the madness that may slip through the fingers of other people's social media shows. But the Stuttering John's Shuley Detractor show, fully scripted, I wanted to do 6 to 8 episodes. And I knew what I wanted to do for the finale. It was actually going to be an on-location shoot and be different than all the other ones, kind of like a short film. And after 3, I had enough. John had been back. He was kind of killing the fun of it for me, but that was the whole idea, is Stuttering John's gone. So I'm the co-host of this Shuley Detractor show. Let me show John how good of a job that I'm doing. I'm carrying this weight without him, having these 3 different segments on this Stuttering John's Shuley Detractor show, and seeing what he does on his Tooley Tuesdays when he comes just completely unprepared. Like, I fully scripted mine. I sat down and scripted them. I came up with several different graphs for visual representation to show. Like, I actually have a line graph of my Shuli fandom. It's 2006 to 2021 indifferent, fan, and actively dislike, down to content creating detractor. And I've also found that after I yell about someone on the internet for about an hour, I've gotten it all out. And after three episodes, I yelled about Shuli on the internet for about 3 hours of parts of the reason that I was no longer a fan of his. And as I said, with 3, I still had somewhere between 3 and 5 more episodes to go, based on the material that I had in my notes in a bare bones format. But yeah, back to indifference, as I was for years and years on Shuli. Very therapeutic to yell about someone on the internet for an hour, to get all your frustrations out and just be done with it.
Got it out of your system.
Yeah, it's out of my system. I let you guys know in 3 episodes why this guy in short time went from a Shuli fan to no longer a Shuli fan, but I got it back in the proper place of being indifferent to him. Like, I don't throw him any hate for his shows. I'm just no longer a fan based on what happened from February to Pottstown. Pottstown was the final straw. Really, that was his smugness about it. Him trying to be Howard, and like, well, for those who care, and like he seems to be trying to be Howard in certain ways. Like, when Jake Hudson showed up, I'm like, whoa, is this your whack pack? And then his reaction to not admitting doing wrong, I'm like, it just seems like you're trying to be very Howard, and it doesn't fit into. Like, one of the reasons that I was on Shuli's side and became a fan of him is because John was beating up on him, and he was like, no, I'm not gonna. And then when he let loose, Shuli fucking let loose. So yeah, became a fan of his. It became a detractor of his. And yeah, I've got more. Is it this notebook? It's one of my notebooks around here that I have further notes that I could go back to it. But yeah, my passion of fuck this guy is gone. It's now whatever you're doing over there. I don't really care. I'll stop.
Do you still have any passion to beat up on Stuttering John? Is that still a thing? You got room in your heart for hate?
Stuttering John. Well, I never had a John detractor show. I was trying to come out and be on his side with this show. I was kind of ahead of the curve of a lot of people coming out and
be a defender.
And being a defender, but goofing on him simultaneously. And I do goof on John simultaneously in all the Stuttering John Shuli detractor shows on my channel. So I'm goofing on them both. So that's something that he would probably look at and say, why are you trashing me? I'm goofing on you. I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things I made up was that Stuttering John, Dillon from Somewhere, and Gallagher 3 will be performing at the big upcoming Hobo Barbecue in Temecula, which is a deep cut reference. Luz Pazzo, the headliner of that. That's where that deep cut comes from. The Luz Pazzo interview that John had was just fucking great. Both Carl's deconstruction of it and the Uncle Rico deconstruction of John's interview, trying to big time Luz Pazzo, who's actually got management, who's actually on an HBO special, is just fucking great.
Besides that, for Gallagher, it's not nice to smash watermelons in front of hobos, right?
Well, we'll see what Gallagher 3 has in store for us. He did live at the hobo encampment, so he was doing the groundwork. He would know what flies for all those people and what does not fly. And do you know of Gallagher 2? There's a lot of people that don't know of Gallagher.
No, I'm not aware of this.
Right back. Someone's at my door. I'll be back.
Go get
Go my door.
He's coming for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me a little bit about it. Just briefly.
Gallagher 2 was Gallagher's brother. And I think initially he had his blessing to go out and perform stand-up comedy as Gallagher 2. And at some point, they got into a real big feud, and I think is he still doing it? Well, Gallagher himself died, but Gallagher
right.
versus Gallagher 2 was a blood feud between two brothers. So my gag was
there
Gallagher
like
3.
lawsuits? Was there lawsuits and like
I
you
think there
can't
was.
be maybe the estate? Are they still going after him? Like they've continued it into post mortem?
I don't think it's post mortem. I think it was all wrapped up. I think Gallagher 2 might have won the lawsuit after a few years of litigation.
Yeah, I mean, to be a number 2, that's an admission that you're not the Gallagher, right? Just by saying that, I would think. But
I don't know
the
full ins and outs, but I do remember it started off friendly. Yes, brother Gallagher, you can be Gallagher 2, and then went on to I'm now very angry at you doing Gallagher 2. My brother. A classic.
We know how family can be, right? That's just it.
Yeah, let me stay a good 12 or more hours away from you, family, and we will be cool. I've learned to, when I go and visit the family, that a week is too much. A work week, we can all still be friends. After a week, we may not be friends anymore, family. So let's cut that 7 down to 5.
Absolutely. Yeah, so like go ahead.
Well, on Gallagher, Patrice O'Neal and Gallagher on Opie and Anthony is an incredible clip. I think it lasts like an hour. Someone's got it up on YouTube, but Patrice is telling him
the one where Gallagher gets up and walks out of the studio because he got all pissed off. That clip.
Like Patrice is trying to talk to him as a person and like, all right, we need to update you. We need to, and while Gallagher is like up for some of it, he's adversarial about other points Patrice is making. And Patrice, you do want to smash watermelons. Like that's, the main thing that Patrice is like, no more smashing watermelons. And it's like hitting him as an epiphany. You still want to smash those fucking watermelons.
Hell yeah.
Really, if he was going to reinvent himself, that had to go.
Who's the one that, was it Jim Norton or was it Anthony that ended up like saying the wrong thing and pissing him off to the point where he left? It was one of those two, right?
I'm unsure what finally got him to leave.
I think Anthony said something just like something small, like no big deal, and he like spazzed out about it.
Yeah, what really stuck out to me was Patrice's epiphany when he's legit. Like, I like you. I think you need to reinvent yourself. Holy shit! You want to smash those fucking watermelons? That's what you want to do, motherfucker.
You were born to smash those watermelons, weren't you? Yeah. When he was in his womb, his mom must have been smashing watermelons before him.
And then he smashed some watermelons too. He had to throw them in the oven for about 45 minutes. Actually, I think 45 minutes was too long. He got some dick burns after 45 minutes in the oven.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you smash a hot watermelon, that'll just like spray hot watermelon juice all over the crowd. That'd be some lawsuits right there. Hot watermelons.
Yeah, you need the warm watermelon. Who was it? There was another comedian. I forget what bit they did that was messy, but there was part of the crowd had some tarps. This isn't
Bob Levy,
Gallagher
maybe eating blue cheese out of ladies' asses.
I'm finally starting to see videos of that. I heard about him doing that back in the Stern Show years, and it's like, no, that's not real, is it? It's holy shit. That was his closer for years. Holy shit.
Right. Yeah, I can't imagine eating blue cheese out of rando ladies' fucking asses, but so be it. He's more of a man than I'll ever be just doing that.
And what a way to do your kink and get paid for it.
Right.
Well,
it must be a kink because that's the only way you could actually do that and not like throw up. I can't imagine.
Quentin Tarantino, another famous kinkster, getting all his foot fetish for the entire world to see.
Right. Yeah, like every movie, right? Every movie has a clip of a lady's foot. Bridget Fonda, what's Kill Bill?
Uma,
what's that lady's name? Uma. Yeah, her feet were out a bunch.
Oh, move your big toe. I bet you that took all day. Like that didn't need to take the entire day, but I bet that took all day to wiggle your big toe scene.
Yeah. Let's do another scene. Let's do it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
We need.
Make
we
sure
need another setup.
Sure.
We need the camera set up over here. Oh, and what would be
different angle?
What would be even better for Quentin is like Uma as the star. She wouldn't be there the whole time, so you get extra feet. You get her stand-in's foot there. You get multiple feet. Hey, I don't know if this stand-in's working. Can we get another foot? What about all the PAs? Can
Yeah,
we get
John Travolta. Yeah, come over here. Sit down. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's do some comments. Mickey Blitzko. Jesse Potawful just dismantled Mersh again yesterday. So sounds like he's still on that material. Do you watch Potawful?
I haven't seen Potawful yet. So he's Mersh is on his regular list of takedowns.
Right. I'm brand new to this whole Potawful thing. Yeah, I think I'll like it, but I'm not sure. He seems entertaining, so it's.
I was actually unaware of Mersh having going downhill. I haven't been paying attention since Revenge of the Sis went to Rumble. So hearing it from ZeroDarkTony is the first time hearing Mersh is point and laughable at now with some of his stuff.
Right. No, I think most of the stuff I've seen has been from Melton showcasing his show, Nightwave. For sure. Also, Mickey Bitsko. I really like Pat on shows, but solo he's dry and boring. Pat Dixon is who he's talking about. So,
speaking of dry and boring, I can give a plug to Annie's gaming show this coming week. Husey, I was not a fan of at first, but I really started to enjoy his really dry wit. So. Husey coming up on What Is This Game Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, we can talk about. So Michael Jordan's Hitler mustache. I love the name. That's fucking hilarious. And also, exactly. You saw the Hanes commercial where he has it. It's like, oh my god,
he's selling underwear with a Hitler mustache.
How did they not catch that and go, Michael? Do you think it'd be cool if you like shaved that whatever the fuck that thing on your face?
No one had the power to say. No one on set had the power to say that.
I understand.
Whoever would have brought that up,
it's Michael
would have been
Jordan.
Fired instead of him. I do appreciate Charlie Chaplin, but no one calls it the Charlie Chaplin mustache.
No, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, and then Decline Host. Thank you for pointing out whatever you're talking about with, those guys. Appreciate that. Let's see. Steel Toe is only watchable because he reads the regular chat and lets us verbally assault him and his old lady a very consistent basis, and they both take it on the chins like a room full of Chinese hookers. Wow, that's the longest comment I've ever read. I think he used up all 140 characters or whatever.
Yeah, it bled over into a second one. So April's taking it on the chin. I thought she would take it on the forehead. Much bigger target. Attractive lady. But yes, that is a 5-head on that attractive lady.
5-head. No, I love all the 5-head talk. It does make me laugh. I am a fan of Aaron Imholt and his lady, and a lot of people give me shit about that because whatever. There's a lot of steel toe hatred, like full on hatred. But I don't know. People seem to be calming down a little bit lately about ripping on everyone. Joey C seems to be taking the brunt of all the beatings in the Dabbleverse at this point. Seems like everyone's cannons are pointed at him. You've had minimal run-ins with him.
Mm-hmm. I will dabble in Joey C material. Maybe I'll do another co-host audition on him. Having him in the chat being very pissed off. Like the format of the show is I do want to be your co-host. I'm throwing his softballs. I'm taking little jabs at you, but it's goofing on, not trashing. And oh boy, could he not take those little jabs? And Ari Jane proved she could take the jabs. She reached out to me, said she thought I did a good job and enjoyed it. I know someone in my Discord sent Elise Edwards the episode I did on her over, so I hope she isn't too offended when I call her a two-face, because I do find her attractive sometimes and not attractive the other times. I think it's lighting. Like, I came to the conclusion that there's some lightings where she is just does not look good, and I compared it to meeting Rob Lowe. I was a background actor on an episode of a show with Rob Lowe, and like, I'm not a homosexual man, but he's always been very dreamy looking. Seeing him in real life, not dreamy at all. Lot to do with lighting to take him to that very dreamy. Maybe he was very handsome back in his day, but he looked quite average when I saw him. Must have been 2015.
Yeah, I think I've seen him in like 2 movies ever that were good. Like Youngblood was good. That movie, the hockey movie from the 80s.
Tommy Boy, I really enjoyed him in, and we were talking about
Tommy Boy was great.
Thank you for smoking earlier. One. He had a really fun part where he was the movie executive. There's a few lines that just always stick with me of them trying to get cigarettes in their space movie, and someone pointing out, but in an all oxygen environment, wouldn't they explode smoking cigarettes? He thinks for a moment. Thank God we invented the blah, blah, blah. One line of dialogue, take care of that. And the other line that he just delivered so fucking great, because he's calling Aaron Eckhart at all times of the day and night. Rob, when do you sleep? Sunday.
Sunday.
Very matter of fact and perfect delivery. When do you sleep? Sunday.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so we got, let's do that. Mickey Bitsko. Shit.
Maybe.
What am I doing here? I think Shuli's core demo are nostalgic Stern show boomers. I doubt they have a single fan under 60. No, I'm 40 and 44 and I watch it. So I do watch, like, the BS show is my main show I watch. I wake up in the morning and I try to catch some of Steel Toe and BS show in the mornings. That's mainly it. So or Melton, because sometimes
used to be part of my regular routine was checking out the BS show in the morning. And I've heard a few people that stopped watching the BS show since it started competing with Melton. I've talked to at least half a dozen people who, when they have to choose between Melton or BS, they're going Melton. Actually, it's why I pushed my show back a half hour. I was starting it at 11 a.m. Eastern, and G-Rob, one of the beloved chatters from other chat rooms, was an early chatter in my room, said, hey, sometimes Melton's still on. If you could make it a little later, good call. I know Melton has been doing, he's very good at this. I'm doing an hour a day, and I start getting tongue-tied doing a solo show after about an hour or so. But
are you amazed by the guys that can do those 5-hour shows like that? Like,
they show that they have talent
by themselves,
especially by themselves, doing being entertaining and not just completely falling all over yourself in like at 2.5 hours in. Absolute talent there.
Yeah, that blows my mind, man. I don't get it. I can't imagine sitting in front of my computer for 5 hours, let alone being entertained. Like, I would start drifting off and getting sleepy and shit staring at a computer screen for that long. No way.
It is something that I would like to work up to if I keep going down this line. But yeah, for now, especially since I'm someone you've never heard of, an hour a day is plenty.
Yeah, well, I hope people do hear of you. Mickey Bitsko, Pot Awful is hilarious and has been on Mersh for years.
Oh, yeah. And same with, can you guys hear me pretty well? You good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Sure. Does the microphone sound okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, the internet guy's here working on something. I've been waiting all,
I'll give you a 7 or 8 out of 10 on the microphone.
Thank you. My apologies. Not my fault due to the,
Michael Jordan's Hitler mustache. Jesse from Pot Awful has been pretty much the most consistent Mersh Reddit poster that still goes after him. I don't really pay much attention to any of the Reddit stuff. I hate getting in there. In fact, I got rid of it completely, so I will not be seeing Reddit shit. But every once in a while, even Reddit makes its way over to Twitter. Someone will post something on Twitter from Reddit.
Fuck this guy, dude. Fuck this guy. This cupcake. I'm kidding.
Yeah, cupcake.
Oh, American Cupcake.
No.
That's
where's the
Polish
cupcake?
He did karaoke with us the other night. It was awesome.
Yes, he was on Chatting with Beloved Chatters as well. I apologize that I didn't include you, American Cupcake. Very fun chatting with American Cupcake.
I know that he's
I felt
if I ever meet him, he's going to have to bring the wig.
I feel like you left him out for a reason. It felt more like a slight than anything.
What do you mean?
You slighted him, leaving him out of the conversation. Not you, our guest here.
I see.
American Cupcake. Once upon a time in Hollywood, whoever played Sharon Tate, what's her name? Robbie Gould.
I'd have to look that up.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie is gorgeous and fantastic and everything.
She's the hottest thing that ever lived. And I would say Wolf of Wall Street in that movie, she's like beyond hot. Unhottable.
And yeah, the word is that it was her idea to get all nude in that. So thank you, Margot.
And show off her cooch. I like it. Yeah, Tate, when she was watching the Sharon Tate movie theater, her feet were up on the seat in front of them. Dirty ass feet. Agreed. Actually, there's in the other scene where Brad Pitt's character picks up the chick on the street, the Charlie's kid. When he picked that chick up and she put her feet on his lap, she had the dirtiest feet I think I've ever seen in my life because she was a streetwalker or whatever in the movie. Obvious hippie. So that probably is accurate, but also was disgusting to see her feet. And I have a feeling Tarantino is probably into that sort of thing. Maybe he likes washing feet. Like he likes dirty feet.
Haven't you ever seen some of the pictures of him and the feet and the pictures with him and the little feet? And they measure out the size of the feet and the bone in the shin. You never saw that one?
Creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he likes clean feet better. We don't usually see dirty feet. That was one of the few times that we had dirty feet in the Tarantino movie.
Make a foot pussy.
Foot pussy. That's a new one.
Fuck.
No thanks. No thank you.
It's just when you put your 2 feet together like that.
Or maybe if you've got some of them toes that can pick stuff up off the ground with, maybe you could just jerk it with the one for a while. Then we'll go back to the foot pussy after the foot hand job.
Hey, I want to see you do. Can you pick up chopsticks with your toes? I mean, you're Asian, right, girl?
That's what you do, right?
You do that with your feet when they bind them up.
Uma Thurman also had bare feet when she did the twist and Pulp Fiction. I just realized that now. And Michael Jordan's awesome mustache again. Uma Thurman is very unattractive and her feet are atrocious. The only thing that ever bugged me about Uma Thurman were her eyes being so far. She's like one of those
hammerhead,
sharks.
like a hammerhead.
She's got the hammerhead eyes going on, right?
I've never been big into Uma Thurman either.
That's so common with a lot of the ladies nowadays that their eyes are so far. I think that's part of what people consider attractive, but it bugs me. I like girls with normal eyes. Maybe they got like a little cross eye going. I think that's kind of cute. Lazy eyes, less.
With the eyes, I'm happy that we're no longer like in the 90s when it was just like teeny little thin eyebrows. I fucking hated those.
I'm happy that a girl has both of her eyes.
Fair enough. I think this is directed at you, Tony. I hope Leah Remini ain't watching. She will shut this shit down.
In a minute. Put it in the injunction.
Dillon, Tony
Leah
here.
Leah Remini
yeah, go ahead.
Leah Remini has added me to her lawsuit against Scientology. She's trying to shut down my channel and a couple of other YouTube channels through the court, through an injunction, because she doesn't like that we talk about her.
Yeah, I actually did hear you talking about this somewhere, that she is using the same Scientology tactics on people who are talking shit about her.
Oh, boy.
And
That's yes.
Yeah, what's
Fair
good
gaming.
should be what it should be good for the gander, right? Is good for the goose, but in her case, she doesn't think so for some reason.
Right.
Stop trashing me, Tony D. I am sending you a cease and desist.
Tony D.
We're gonna send you a cease and desist.
Don't talk about my wonderful tits anymore.
My luscious tits. Hey, but the thing is this, is that what? She's supposed to be like this tough fighter of this, like this crime fighter against the big bad cult, and she can't take a little internet, and it's her people who started, dude. Okay, so like that's all.
Hurt people, right, Tony?
Her and her people. I'm blocked by her. Leah Remini has blocked me.
Shame.
So you can't do the Kevin Brennan of Hi Leah's lawyers. You just got to go right to Hi Leah's lawyers. They're the only ones watching.
Well, I think I might have to show up in a court.
Well, that's what the cease and desist mean, right? Like you can't talk to her, but you can talk to her lawyers now. I think that's all you can talk to.
Well, they've tried to actually contact me and get in touch with me, and from different phone numbers and shit, they call me. I don't know how some of them got my number, but I kind of have an idea. So it's people that get into my comments and tell me how they're going to disclose all my shit, this and that. They're going to send, people to my house. I got to watch out. I'm not safe, this and that, whatever. Whatever. I mean, I don't really like live my life around what other people think they're going to do to me. Like, come on, bring it. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you can't care about what everybody thinks on you on the internet.
No.
There's some people's who opinions matters and some who don't. And what you doing, Leah Remini? We're just a few people fucking around on the internet. Our opinion doesn't matter to you and your crime fighting.
Right.
I think the client host is correct on this comment. We were talking about eyes too far apart. Them titties ain't too far apart, though, is they? That's right, the client host.
She has gotten a lot of work done on her face, but hey, what can I say? In another space, another time, wood.
Yeah, she gives me wood.
Has she gotten more work done in her face? Because there was a time
she looks like the Green Goblin. I call her the Green Goblin. She doesn't like it.
Yeah, there was a time if she had work on her face where she found the proper amount. If she kept going, damn it, you messed it up. King of Queens, Leah Remini. Yeah. If you had work done, should have stopped right there. But yeah, as she ages, once she popped that can of surgery, she just kept going back to it.
Got to keep going. And then they all look the same after a while.
They all look the same, and we all know that they did it. Their faces are stretched, and it looks wrong, and they're not fooling anyone, and they don't look better a lot of the time.
She's a cum guzzler. Leah Remini is a cum guzzler, and that's the thing about her. She has been.
Hey, hold on, Adam. Mark that down.
And always will
she's
be.
A cum guzzler. Name this episode.
Cum guzzler. That is right.
Name this episode. Leah Remini is a cum guzzler. Got it.
Hi, Leah Remini's lawyers. I mean, really.
No, you're trying to get into the injunction too.
I'm just trying to get in the
I'm
the
bringing
algorithm.
everybody with me.
Fuck the injunction. I don't want in the algorithm.
Actually, that's one of the reasons why I do my shows as I do. Having like the celebrity name first helps the algorithm of like, hey, this show is Casey Armstrong. But no, I'm just goofing on Bad Baby. That's the one that's gotten the most views because people are just searching Bad. I was unaware of her until my viewers brought her to my attention. It's like, oh, of course, Cash Me Outside Girl is a rapper. That's actually a fantastic career move for Cash Me Outside.
Yeah,
she should.
Would.
Well, she should.
I said it. Would.
She should take Chad Zumach's name though, right? Mudshark.
Bad Zumach. Bad Mudshark. Wow.
We ain't playing no games around here, Bad Baby. Fucking, we'll say it like it is. Yo.
How about that one? Who's that girl rapper or whatever? She's got like the curly red hair.
Oh yeah, I have a hard time remembering all their
What's
names.
her name?
I think Red is in the name, right?
No,
I'd have to ask Google.
No. It's not
I'm not up
Sexy
on my
Red.
rap.
It's the other girl. She's cute.
I don't know. There's
She's
that
like-
Vicky girl that's
She's
like
Dominican.
There's the Vicky girl. Whoa, Vicky. Yeah, like
Uh-huh.
I'm aware of her. Check out Whoa, Vicky. Her and Bad
Whoa.
Barbie have gotten in a fight in real life before. You've probably seen like Bad Barbie get in her like scuffs. She's been in a few fights. She's kind of a psycho, but whatever. Now she has OnlyFans, and now she's worth fucking $1 bazillion and has like a $1 bazillion house. It's amazing that you can be a total piece of shit and make millions of dollars in this country. What a great country.
Well, that's the way life works.
That's how reality television works. The bigger piece of shit you are, the more money you can possibly make on reality television.
Right. And
Some
I
of
don't
the
even
chat-
want to see her blowing out pussy. I don't even care.
Some of the chat are asking
be
if
the-
you're talking about Ice Spice.
Yes.
Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing Ice Spice. She's new to me.
Spice.
Damn. All these people were saying it, and I wasn't paying attention to their comments, and
right.
like 3
Ice
people
Spice.
said Ice Spice.
What's
That's
up?
hilarious. Welcome to Dirty Dalish.
What's up, Dalish?
Yeah, and
Hola.
also Michael Jordan and Decline. They all got it.
Ice
They know.
Spice. Yes. Yes.
You'll be receiving your prize in the mail. Look out at your postal office.
I need to get within like, I don't know, 15, 20 feet within the range of her with a van. That's all I need. I just need a
Oh,
van.
no, Tony, don't. We're live, buddy. This isn't just a Discord hangout. This isn't a voice chat.
We can't do that live. That's why I have my IRL right here. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I gotta end it right now and fucking delete this episode. Damn it. Would you do that? No, I'm joking.
You do not.
Your future plans. Stop it.
No. This is all in my GTA Ice Spice City.
It's all in your head. Well, you said earlier that you are schizophrenic and that you have voices in your head, and we now believe that is true.
I'm one of those,
maybe not.
What are those dids? What are they?
Oh, no, we had Michael
Multiple
Gavin Ali.
personalities. Those dids.
I do have a creepy ass one, like Michael Gavin Ali, this guy that hangs out at all the AVN awards and Exoticas and all that shit. I've had him on my show a couple times, but last time he came on, like it was right after he interviewed Nikki Huntsman, and she said she did a porn where she was kidnapped. She was pretending to be a young, it's obviously they don't say the shit. But she was playing like a young teenager that was kidnapped in a van. After the end of the porn, like they gave you the thought that maybe they burned up the fucking place she was at, like set it on fire. Like this is the state of pornography we're at, is where it's like they're actually making like snuff movies about fucking unfucking believable, dude. That's so
Max
sickening.
Hardcore. That was his whole thing.
He went to prison. That guy.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why he went to prison.
Underage girls. Putting underage girls in his films.
They were all acting. Maya Mason wasn't actually underage.
I don't
But
know.
still,
I do remember
that
they
still
I
just
didn't
creeps
see
me
that.
out, man. It's
see the
just
definition.
unbelievable.
Like one of them actually saying, "I'm 14 years old." One of the 20 somethings I do remember was getting him into trouble. And actually, yeah, there is like phony snuff porn like that. That's something I have stumbled across as well. PFK Studios, like they do that weird shit where it's like, yep, he's gonna strangle her, and we're just gonna stick with this scene, and then do the scene when she's not moving. So
when does somebody come?
Well, you've got the different audiences that come before he starts the penetration, and others that once the penetration starts, that's when they get into it. There's
so sick, dude.
It's unbelievable.
God. What goes on in people's brains where they just it's
Well-
did you ever hear the one where they put people on ice, like the necrophile people? They put people on ice to make them cold. to have and then have sex with them. You ever hear this?
That one's new to me.
Yeah,
They're taking. They need that cold feeling.
They just bring down the body temp.
That is fucking insane. Yeah, I guess you could do that if you put them in an ice bath for a while, huh? Then you're pretending that.
I mean, they just don't want a warm.
Oh, well, okay. I guess technically I have put ice in a girl's pussy, and then whatever, it is cold, but I wasn't doing it to like pretend she's dead, though. It's a little different.
But you didn't put no pussy in ice. That's the point.
Damn, bro. We got off the rails. Decline host Michael Gavin Ali should not be a free man. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Hackride has the comment of the evening, though. When I was in music, I dated a girl that did max hardcore before I met her. And she literally had her asshole ripped apart like 13 stitches. Still one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen. That is horrible and horrifying.
That's Dirty Dalish, fantastic tag.
Well,
but it was the most beautiful asshole.
I am guessing
the most
that,
beautiful girl.
He might have peed in her mouth. He might have peed in her mouth.
Holy shit.
He did that very regularly. That was something he did very regularly. I feel like one of the worst things I've ever done as a human is be a member of facialabuse.com and actually help fund them with their facefucking.com. Like that's what did someone call it? The lunatic fringe of BDSM. And yeah, that sounds.
Is that when they put the girl's head upside down and just fucking pile drive it?
Yeah, that's one of their signature moves.
They pile drive until they puke.
Like that's the goal is to puke,
Okay.
and that is part of just what they do every single video. As they've actually gotten girls that want to be there, they know what to do and aren't eating anything other than like yogurt beforehand. So now the puke has more of a regular consistency over at facefucking.com.
I'm going to throw up right now.
No, please. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm too much of a gentleman. I'm not into any of that stuff. I'm into normal.
Oh, you're not into
sex.
pumping cock down a girl's throat until she vomits? That's not really my thing either.
I'm just too nice anyway.
Not at my
in
house.
general. Yeah, like I could never picture having sex with a lady other than like normal niceness. I guess I'm a weirdo maybe. In 2023, I'm the weirdo. I'm the weirdo. I'm the weirdo.
Like the Burning Angel, Joanna Angel's girls. I adore those. The tattooed, pierced up girls. Alt girls, yay or nay, Quad Father.
Oh yeah. The you're talking about shit. What's the really hot one that has like white hair? Out of the Angels. I know which ones you're talking about. The tattoo ladies.
I don't know. Lola Faye is my favorite of the younger tattooed pierced girls.
Oh, you're talking porn. Okay. I thought you were talking about the Angels, the tattoo angels or whatever they're called.
Oh, no. I was still on porn. Joanna Angel is a porn star.
Anymore. I know very few names anymore because, we used to actually, perform at some of these events. Like they had bands and stuff, at some of these exoticas or whatever. But so it was a totally different universe back in the 90s. But, seeing like a lot of these, there's one going on right now, actually. I think I saw some posts of some people there's an exotica going on right now in New Jersey.
Yeah, there is. I saw like whatever Amy and Zia Anderson. They're like, are you aware of Chrissy Mayer? She's the one that came up with the Dabbleverse, the saying. She asked Stuttering John when he was on her show if he still dabbles in comedy, and he got pissed off, and that's where the whole dabble. That's where the word Dabbleverse came from, because everyone started calling like, "Oh, I'm a dabbler. I dabble," and he got all pissed off.
Really, dabbling perfectly describes what he's done with stand-up comedy. It's never been a priority for him, and
he got pissed off at the interview.
Yeah, he got do I dabble? I have been doing this for 10 years.
Okay,
I've been
you know
doing
that.
stand-up for 15 years. Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with the birth of the dabbler.
The birth, yeah, congratulations on your pregnancy, Chrissy Mayer. Zeke Campesino probably does not agree with me because he calls you horsey face, horsey mare. That's not nice.
She doesn't like
Zeke,
me.
come on.
She doesn't like me because we got in a beef a while back, and I really forget things pretty quickly when I disagree with people. I forget.
Oh, they probably forgot already too.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the Eliza Blue thing, that was not a big deal. I don't think
you know,
they probably care.
Yeah, it's like these things on the internet, man. They get a little heated for a minute. You got to let them pass. If you don't have too much of a fundamental difference and only a couple disagreements, that's not enough to, be rude. And I wish her the very best. And may her son be a masculine son. Yes.
May have a very masculine children.
Or a very daughterly daughter.
No, I think he said masculine in general, even if it's female. I hope she has an Italian mustache or a Puerto Rican mustache, either one.
Yeah, I wish them the very, very best.
The insult of a horse face. I've actually found I like horse face girls. Like it's been multiple times where I've had buddies.
Sarah Jessica Parker and like that. How about her?
Sarah Jessica Parker is not unattractive. Madison Rain, it's a wrestler. I remember once people started calling her a horse face. I was like, oh, I thought she was the hottest one over there on the Impact roster. Yep, another horse face that I'm into. That Madison Rain there. It was a local girl in theater also who was like, she's the hottest one in local theater here in small town Maryland. She's a horse face. Yeah, after so many, like that girl you think is hot, she's a horse face. I like the horse face. Apparently, I like long-faced ladies.
Why the long face, lady?
Why the long face? A horse comes into a bar, sits down. Bartender says, "Why the long face?"
Yeah, because like Chrissy Mayer, she hangs out with a lot of the porn stars. She does a show on Compound Media, The Wet Spot, and they always have like a new porn star in there every week. But whatever. So she travels to some of them. Her and Zia Anderson, Zia Anderson, the lady that used to be on Chipperson, like his co-host.
Yeah, I recall seeing Zia there a lot. They're not. He's not making any new Chipperson, is he?
No,
yeah,
he
that
quit.
was fun for a while. That was a fun little side project for a while.
I watched it all the way to the end. I was bummed out they stopped making it, man. I was fucking bummed. Neck hurting.
Yeah.
We're fucking.
Hold on a second.
Oh, it's all good, man. We probably should. I fucking held you hostage here for almost 3 hours now, so probably gonna call it good. I pretty much had one more question for you, man. Do you have any thoughts on who you really want to have as your co-host at this point?
As my co-host, I would really like to have someone who is already monetized, who can throw me a few shekels. Because what started getting me doing this show is quitting a really shitty job at the beginning of the year, but I'm very frugal. So started having fun performing again. And like, boy, I hope I get monetized so I don't have to get a shitty job again. And I've been very frugal. I need to start looking for an actual job soon. But someone who's already monetized would be wonderful to be their co-host. Casey Armstrong, you're the sperm donor of this show. Come on. He is the sperm donor. He is the one. The first time I ever used the phrase co-host auditions was in his chat, like trying to help him. Like, you need to right this ship, Casey. You have a lot of goodwill on your side. Please hold some co-host auditions. You can't do this by yourself.
My suggestion about monetization is this, is that you should, in my opinion, completely forget about monetization until you get the email. That's just my, and because I think it's just one of those things where not only does a watch pot never boil, but if you focus more on what's going on with trends and analytics and where your videos move and how keywords work and some of those, some of those things that are just beyond like your most basic stuff of YouTube, it'll go a long way.
Yeah, and really, when I say get monetized, it's really listening to Carl Hamburger and other people. The paywall material is really much more where it's at than actual money from YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, so on and so forth. It's just a subscriber minimum that I'm looking for to start doing paywall content. So that's more of the goal than actually to be monetized and make money from YouTube. It's to have a certain amount of a following to where I start feeling proper, where it's called for
Patreon or something else.
Patreon and the YouTube memberships are the ones we know. People have mentioned that Milton just does it himself through his own website. So that's another person to really look up to and how he's done it. As I mentioned, Carl quite a few times.
I'm starting to shift to that. I'm starting to shift to that model.
Yeah, Melton's got his shit together. If you want to learn from that guy for sure, man. With the AI, the fucking chats, people. Like the website, the merch, like dude's got it dialed in pretty good. I'll have to say, fucking good stuff. Hack Ride saw Dillon with Elise Edwards. See, someone saw that episode and thought what I did. This kid's going places, like his shows. Kudos, man.
Thank you, Hack Ride.
I agree. I saw your Elise Edwards and I was like, this is fucking good. And then I saw your views and I was like, what? Nobody's watching that? How is no one watching? So the views will come. It just
just got to keep it regular.
Just keep pounding away. Eventually, people will catch on to what you're doing.
I have an idea.
Hold on. Decline host. I will be co-host. Decline host. You cool with the N-word?
Actually, no. That's I like to stay away from the gamer word. Whenever I've had some clips with the gamer word, I do a.
He made an N-word tree earlier. I don't know if you saw it.
Hack Ride. Dillon would make Casey's show 100 times better. I will drop a line to Casey. Good job, Hack Ride.
Thank you, Hack Ride.
Hack Ride's, that's another cool thing. Like, there's people like Hack Ride out there that are actually nice and do try to give a helping hand. And that's kind of why I had you on too. I was like, man, let's fucking start getting the word out here, man. This guy's
Do you like
good.
to do impressions?
Yeah, I do have fun doing
Here's
impressions.
what you do. Listen, just to my idea real quick, because I know that we all are going to jump off. But have you ever heard of Penguin Z?
I'm not familiar with Penguin Z.
What?
I don't know Penguin Z.
You don't know him?
Mm-mm.
Look him up. Okay, he's got like 12 million followers or subscribers. He's
making a note of it now.
One of the bigger guys. You kind of have long hair like him. And he has people will sort of do their beard, a mustache, and do an impression of him. It's hilarious. And there's one thing where he has like 5 people who are doing an impression of him in the same room with him. And he's talking to all of them. He's like, look, guys, I really got to have you like not do this anymore. And they're like, what are you talking about? We made you. Like, get out of here. It's fucking hilarious. But if you're talking about algorithmically to get into something, if you do something like that, that's just an idea, like.
Yeah, looking at what other people did, just having the people whose show, like their name up first, the Elise Edwards, the Joey C, whoever as I mentioned, having Bad Bunny being the first title of Bad Bunny co-host audition rather than co-host audition with Bad Bunny. Like, I know. Just by looking at other people, there's little steps, but yeah, I'm always up for more tips on algorithm because once again, going back to Carl Hamburger, the Hey Riddle, when he reviewed that earlier this year and hearing how strong their Patreon was, I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. Really? This gets that much money? I can do better than them.
I can't.
Some of the most boring shows is what people like, though. That's the weird thing. Like boring, shitty shows. And
Charlie sits there with his laptop camera and he has 14 million subs, man. I'm telling you, if you do it and he sees it and he likes you, who knows, that could be like making friends with Mr. Beast in a way,
Absolutely. Thank you,
but
sir.
I'm just saying that because you do have a similar look with the long hair. Who's heard? Somebody in the fucking chat's got to have heard of fucking Charlie. Penguin ZO.
Yeah,
Looks like Hackrider has.
Waiver. I like Unspeakable Shango, and then Hackrider comes in with Penguins is the god.
It's something that'll catch you on to that, you know.
It's so fun to watch Penguins when you go to your YouTube lives. Like this show has 50 viewers. This show has 150 viewers. Oh, Penguin has 57,000 live viewers. That's fucking insane.
He does. And you look at those, you're like, whoa, holy shit. That's on YouTube. That's on YouTube. Insane. That's crazy, right? But I'm telling you, dude, if you hook onto something like that and get yourself in, then people will start to come. Some will leave, but you know.
Yeah, Hack Ride's into something here too, though. That the best way to go about it is just finding what you're passionate in, and then people will see you have a passion for it, and then they'll like your content because you like your content. It does seem to kind of work that way.
Thank you, Hack Ride. Yeah, that's why I've leaned into the co-host audition. My initial few episodes, I named the Rambling Dabbler podcast, and that's a tongue twister. I actually had to put on my radio voice for the Ramblin' Dabbler podcast, and eventually I was like, let's just get rid of the overarching. I say it's the spinoff of the Ramblin' Dabbler, the co-host auditions. And as a TikTok around the clock, I really enjoy doing those as well. So both those concepts I'm having a lot of fun with. And yeah, returning back to the what not to do, the Dark Side Phil model, you can clearly tell he hates the video games, but he keeps on doing it. I enjoy doing co-host auditions as a variant of the React content, the TikTok around the clock, curating those clips. I would like to have a regular co-host for that one. To have, a little bit of a different feel than the solo shows of me doing the co-host auditions. But yeah, both those concepts I really enjoy. And I will be launching a movie review show soon. Hopefully Cardiff Electric is still down. He gave me a preliminary yes answer to do a movie review show. And I believe that will be coming out in a couple of weeks. As I mentioned earlier, I got a strike on my channel for the Corey Feldman episode, and my last episode of Nerds Without Dates with Annie
what
got
Corey
suspended.
Feldman footage did you use?
It was from a house hunting show, so it was like the most official.
It was mainstream TV show.
Wait.
It was from a TV show.
Yeah, but was it a hard strike?
It's
as in you couldn't upload or do anything for a week.
They said this is your first strike. It is a warning. The next one will indeed be.
Here's what you do. They have a little course that you could take that will get that to fall off. So
yeah, I've been searching for it. They say it's on my dashboard somewhere, but I cannot find that on my dashboard.
Yeah, just go to the part where you see that that part in your dashboard where you go to up in the upper left there. It's that one.
Somewhere in the upper left is where it'll be. Okay.
It's the upper left one. Yeah. It's that one where I just can't remember what it exactly says, the words, but you'll know what I mean when you see it. It's the most upper left square.
Okay.
All right. Well, Dillon, do you have so just on that, do you have any more plugs or where do you want people to come check you out? I have your Twitter and your YouTube channel down on the bottom on the banner.
I've been most active here on YouTube. Dillon from somewhere on YouTube. I've been saying I'm going to do an audio only format for a while. I've been dragging my feet on that, but I do know some people prefer audio only. So far, the Dillon from Somewhere YouTube channel is where you can find all my content. It's on Twitch as well. Anywhere that I'm on social media, it's under Dillon from Somewhere. TikTok Around the Clock is a fun social media show. And yeah, I do believe I'm starting to understand what the algorithm likes. So Dumpster Double Feature hopefully will be debuting in a couple of weeks because I've been trepidatious after getting my warning strike. Lots of fun stuff. As Hack Ride mentioned, of enjoying what you're doing. Everything that I'm presenting, I am enjoying what I'm doing. And I know I have a type of wit that some people really enjoy and some people don't. So I hope the people that enjoy it can find it over here on Dillon from Somewhere on YouTube and wherever the hell else on social media. It will be Dillon from somewhere.
Awesome. Hey, go watch Penguin. Go watch Penguin Z.
Anything else you want to plug or let people know you got coming up there, Tony?
Hey, listen, everybody go watch Penguin fucking Z. All right? And you'll find me everywhere on the interwebs on ZeroDarkTony, ZeroDarkTony_TV on the X, Twitter, and go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Thanks.
But you better like and subscribe this channel before you do any of that shit. Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts on what you think of ZeroDarkTony, Dillon?
It's been a fun experience.
I had to fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I light your fart on fire with my rounds. You think I won't? I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. Made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you. Well, I do know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls.